Yeah, we about to go live.
That's all right. As long as you ain't slow down.
Act like you got them skate. 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 Go live, I'm finna go live. 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 Go live, I'm finna go live.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Coach Hayes Football Canes Talk Live. Let me know everything looks good, sounds good in the chat. Got to make sure, man, we ready to rock and roll. So I got to make sure everything looks good and sounds good. So let me get that thumbs up to let me know we good. We got an interesting show today, and we got a lot to talk about and a little bit of time to do it. So waiting for those thumbs up just to make sure everything is good. Had to take some computer stuff down, man. All right, there it is. Haitian Ellen in the building with the thumbs up. I know it's good now. All right, also, let me know my mic sounds good because, like I say, I was gone. I was out of town. I had to take some stuff down. So when you put stuff back up, it ain't always perfect. But anyway, as the title says, the star ranking is broken. And we got a lot to talk about when we talk about this today. But before we get started, let me go ahead and give a quick shout out to our sponsor for the day, Mr. Alex Tabio, right here from Certified Home Loans. Anything you have to do with home financing, go ahead and hit him up. Information is in the description as well. Phone number is 305-205-1697. He has very aggressive programs for our entrepreneurs out there who deal only in cash, and that is legal cash. All right. Also dealing with your credit. Maybe he can help you with that. Who knows? Also, I know things are super high right now. I get it. I totally understand. But get your paperwork in order. It takes time to get those things, get approved, so forth and so on. Try and lock in a rate. Somebody might be foreclosing. Maybe he can help you with that. So, like I said, hit him up. It's free. Costs you absolutely nothing. And he's a big Miami Hurricane fan. So, with all that being said, we already got 160 in the building. Let's talk about this deal. I got a guest coming here shortly. Hopefully, he'll pop in a second. But before he does, the Miami Hurricane fan base has been going bananas on Twitter. The Twitter sphere is tripping when it comes to the star ranking and everything else, man. But we're going to talk about it. I'm trying to wait for him to come. But let me say this before I get into that because I'm waiting for our guest to come in the back. So we all know I did the Commitment Live, man, in Birmingham for a young man named Peter Woods, man. It was awesome. Had almost 8,000 people in the chat. Currently at 25,000 views, man. It was excellent, man. So if anybody out there, maybe them Cane fans, maybe somebody doing a big commit, holler at your boy. We could definitely make it happen for you. So if you know these Canes, tell them to go holler at Coach. Hey, we're going to make it an event for you, And I have to say this, man, some of these dudes out here, man, these fans, man, they ridiculous, bro. They are ridiculous, man. Hey, they didn't call Coach Hayes a shyster. They say I'm in on the dude NIL deal, all kind of stuff, man. So anyway, I'm going to leave that at that. I let haters hate. It is what it is. But as you always know, I'm a fan of Miami, but I'm a fanatic for these kids. And I love to see them doing big things, man. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. But if you ever had a chance to go see the live, go see it. We have more to come. We already got something in the queue. Trust me, y'all really going to love these coming up, man. But if any of those Cane fans out there want it, besides that 4-minute, I'm going to leave the other network out of it. But instead of doing a little interview for 4 minutes, let's learn about these young men. It's their day. You understand? Yes, they may not always pick the school we want them to go to, but this is their decision. This is their day. Let's make it an event. Let's talk to their parents. That's huge. Let's talk to their coaches. Let's talk to them instead of just saying, hey, where you going to go pick up the hat? And all right, thank you very much. And boom, it's over. So, like I said, we got some big things going on, and it is what it is, man. But let's talk about this ranking. I don't know what my dog is, but he'll be here shortly. Y'all killing it in the chat right now. They're talking about these star rankings, man. Let's see. D Jackson, what does he say? I get it. Stars. It's what we all look at, but we all know these kids are dogs. It don't matter to me. You right. I agree with that, but it does matter to a lot of them, man, and that's unfortunate. Big Sam in the building, Bama in the building. Appreciate you, man. Hey, y'all Bama fans, y'all went nuts on Coach Hayes too, boy. Told me I wasn't even allowed around 10 miles around a high school. Y'all Bama fans, tough, bro. Come on, man. Y'all chill out, man. If I had to get up here, don't make me have to just slap one of y'all across the face, man, talking that reckless stuff. Because, Coach don't play that, man. But anyway, appreciate that. Baby Shaq said, Coach, hey, about to change the game. Hey, that's what we in it for. We here to change the game. Let's make it happen, man. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into this deal. I'm not gonna wait on. I can't wait on my dog. I guess he'll be here in a second. Here's what I'm gonna do. Thanks, Big Sam, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. He said not all of us are delusional, Coach. No, I totally understand that. But the ones that are, they all the way on the end of the spectrum, boy. They talking about running me out of Birmingham, bro. Coach, you gotta leave right now. I'm like, come on, man, chill out. But anyway, let's get into this deal. I know I'm talking because I'm trying to buy my man some time. I don't even know where he is. I'm about to call him on the phone. But the star rankings is big. Let me just explain something for those that know or maybe don't know. I think a lot of us know, but we choose to ignore it. It is marketing goal for these companies. They rank these young men. They build all this stuff up with stars. The fans go nuts. Oh, we got a 5-star. I mean, I see people saying, you traded out a 3-star for a 5-star. So in the eyes of recruiting, it does hold weight. It does hold some weight when it comes to the eyes of recruiting, especially the way fan bases look at guys. Is it accurate? No. Nothing's going to be 100% accurate. I said this earlier. I was just on T2Y a few minutes ago. So for if you guys over here from T2Y or you don't know T2Y, Hurricane T2Y, go check him out. Hit the subscribe button for my man. He just broke 10,000. So let's go in and get him to 15,000 here by the time the season starts. But anyhow, it's not accurate, and that's okay that it's not accurate. Coach Hayes only asked that it be consistent. And that's where I think the problem lies. I think the youth fan base and many other fan bases have an issue because it is not consistent. It kind of sways a little bit. It's more of a popularity contest than it is an accuracy contest, or at least the closest that you can get to it, right? Here's another thing that I want to make sure I put out here to the fan base. Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, let's not bash the players for their star ranking. They're not ranking themselves. If anybody, you have to be upset with the root of the problem, and the root of the problem is the system. So let's not bash a young man because he's a 5-star. You can't, now you may feel that he's not, and that's okay. But you don't call him trash, right? Oh, he trash, that Skip Bayless stuff. Oh, he trash. He didn't rank himself. Now, if he ranked himself, then he got to take a part in some of that heat. He's not ranking himself. So let's not bash a player on that. Okay, let's just get that out the way. Okay. And the second thing is we have to be cautious. They're 17-year-old kids, man. They're going along for this ride like everybody else. So I just want to put that out there to the fan base. I don't have a problem with you bashing the system or bashing maybe the evaluation, but be cautious and careful with your words and your verbiage on the young man because he has no issue in what he's done. He's not out there saying, hey, I'm a 5-star and blah, blah, blah. That's not the case. So I just want to get that out the way. All right. Thank you, Ms. Wilcox. Ms. Wilcox in the building. I missed you last time. Says, what's up, Coach Hayes? How you doing? It says, blame the system. That's correct. All right. And that's like most things in life. It's usually the system that is broken and not the people in it. Okay. Footballville, he just dropped one today, but he did a interview with Andrew Ivins, who's a recruiting expert. I guess that's his title. I'm not sure his title for 247. And again, this really has nothing to do with Andrew Ivins, but he gave the interview. So therefore, I have to go off the information in which he gave because he therefore represents the company of 247. So what I want to do is deconstruct that interview and what he said, what he did right. I mean, what he said that could be accurate and what is not, and what is a contradictory to what's going on. Something that he said, something that he didn't. Now, I know Gabby, and I apologize if I pronounce his last name, Eurita, if I said it right. If I said it wrong, I apologize. But Gabby, who reports for 247, was taking some heat this morning on Twitter. And I offered and I reached out to him on Twitter if he would like to come on and speak. I would love to have him come on. Maybe he just didn't get it yet. I know a guy like that probably gets a bunch of tweets and DMs and everything else. So He probably didn't get in. Maybe we can do it on another show, but I would love for him to come on and let's just have a conversation. It's not going to be a bashing session. Again, he didn't write the rules, but he does represent the company. So once you speak up, then let's just talk about it. Let's see if you can educate some people here, Gabby, and let's just have a conversation because people are confused because the rules are not clear. You know, one thing in life, if you know the rules to the game, you can play the game, right? But when I get to the goal line, you can't move the goal line back because I got a better player. Or you can't move it forward. I'm not saying that's what Gabby's doing or whatever, but that's how the people feel. The people feel like, why do the rules change when it comes to specific institutions and colleges? And that's where we are right now. All right. Real quick shout out, man. Thank you for the $9.99 right there. Still Elite $9.99. Star ranking should be based on game tape and stats. And I'm going to get to that. Anybody can show out in the camp with shorts on. Lord, it sounds like I can't read. Anybody can show out in camp with shorts on. What can you do for my college when it's time to strap up and pad up? You're 100% right. And I'm going to definitely talk about my feelings for it and where I come from. Also, $5, I appreciate it. Gordon Douglas in the building with the $5. And yes, we're going to bring up the Fantasy Football League. I saw your thing, so we're going to make it happen. Okay? Also, thanks, man. Appreciate you, Mitchell. Let me see if that's my guess. Hold on. He just said nothing. Hold up. Let me make sure I send him the link. So I just want to make sure it came in. Hold on. Maybe I sent it to somebody else, Lord. If I did that, we in trouble, y'all. Maybe I didn't. Let me try and resend this link, and I'll try and talk and type at the same time and keep my mind going. But anyhow, all right, I just did it now. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Sorry. I've been trying to unpack this stuff and make it happen. So y'all bear with me 1 second. I apologize. All right. So he's going to pop on here in a second. All right. So we're going to talk about those star rankings. We're going to talk about how I think it should be. And I want to deconstruct that piece when it comes to what Andrew Ivins said to what has actually happened. Now, I know that I guess that interview was maybe a little bit over a year ago, because I know in that interview they were talking about Manny Diaz. And again, he's no longer here. So, so again, I get it, right? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that piece as well. And maybe they've changed some things. But again, back to what I was saying, the fan base across this country doesn't truly know what the ranking is for, or how it's going, or how it's done, or what it's for. We have no clue. So hopefully my man pop in here in a second and we can go ahead and get into this deal. All right, where you at, man? Come on, Street. I ain't gonna get on to him too hard about being late, because coach a little late right now. But anyhow, we want to open up the phone lines after we do so. We'll definitely make it happen, and we'll go from there as well. I want to hear your points. I know a lot of people are, man, the Miami Hurricane fan base, they be getting tried all the time and this, that, and other. And I get it. I understand. And yes, that is true. You see people doing it. You see how the thumbnail is, fallen stars, man. I don't see how guys can have stars and lose stars. I've been saying this since I've started doing this podcast. I remember Tyler Buckner, if I'm not mistaken. He was the quarterback at Notre Dame now, but he was a quarterback in California. He went from a 4-star to a 5-star during the pandemic when nobody was playing football. It wasn't camps going on. Nothing happened to this guy except he changed high schools. And he went from a 4-star to a 5-star. And I think that's what confuses people. Like, how are players getting upgrades when nothing is going on, but then get downgraded when they pick a particular school? And I think that's where the biggest problem happens when it comes to this right now. We have 324 people in the building. I appreciate it. Let me call him right quick and see where he is, because I want to get this thing going, because it's going to take a second for us to deconstruct this stuff. And I want to spend all my time doing that. I'm going to put him on speakerphone too. Check it out. Not a man answering the phone.
I'm sorry, but the person.
Streeter, this one for you, man. Get up out of here with that foolishness, man. Anyway, also here's another piece. I know there's a difference between the composite and the 247 ranking. A lot of us look at the composite, even in my WRE videos, right? The Watch, React, and Evaluate videos where I look at the top talent in the nation. I use the composite because that is really what 247 uses. And I'm going to talk about that. When they talk about a lot of these kids, right, and they talk about a lot of these players, they use their 247 composite ranking, not the 247 ranking. Back to consistency. And that's my issue. So when they put that flyer up, right? When they put up Jaden, when they put up Jaden Wayne's flyer, it had 5 stars. That was off his ranking. Now I have to say this. If you look at his 247 ranking, it was a 4-star. It was not a 5. At the time I did his video, and I can pull his video up and we can look at it. But when I looked at his video, it was not a 4-star. It was not 5 stars on both. It was a 4-star for the 247 and a 5-star for the composite. So therefore, that's what dropped. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up and I can pop it here on the screen. Let's see if I can do that here quickly. Where you at, Jada? Here we go. And I want people to understand the difference. That's a lot of see again. That's to me. That's a lot of confusion when it comes to different things as well. Let me see if I can share this screen. All right, I'm trying to share this screen right quick. And we can go from there. Let's skip this ad. All right, I got my man in the back right here. Let's see if I can share this screen really quickly. All right, let's see if I can get to this piece. See if I copyright myself. So right here, if you look at this composite, his composite is a 5-star, but 247 Sports has him as a 4-star. Okay, that's where the confusion comes in for a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the biggest issue right now. But when they publicize this guy, they publicize him as a 5-star from 247. But then when you look at their ranking, he's a 4-star, and that's where the issue lies. Let me go ahead and bring my dog in the building right quick. Let me bring him in. Street, talk to me, baby. What's up with you?
What's going on, man? You back in town, man? You said I don't want to got the fresh cut, man. That man I gave me a fade like it's 96 or some shit, man.
That boy that looking like
man, man done faded me up, man. You asked him to fade me up, dog. You done faded me up, man. What's up?
I do what I got to do, man. Real quick. Central Texas Kane said his composite is now a 4-star. Yes, you're correct. And we're going to go back and talk about that. Yes. So, Street, I'm not sure how much you heard about this. We were talking, and I was talking about just kind of leading into the whole thing and what's going on. Say Street look like he just woke up, dog. You just got up, man?
Heck nah, man. I'm rarely ever just getting up, dog. I'm sick of all my
I heard that.
Go ahead.
No. So I'll just kind of bring you up to par what we got going on. So we're going to talk about the star ranking. I was letting them know there's a difference between the composite and the 247 ranking. Mm-hmm. And I was simply telling them that here's where the biggest problem is. Somebody just said it. My bad. I tried to lay off of it, but I couldn't lay off Footballville.
In the member section, talk about Street and late the Hayes show because he buying crypto. Tell him this your fault. I'm late this time, dog.
It is my fault. It is my fault.
It's his fault. I'm late this time. I was going to be on time this time.
I jumped on T2Y. I jumped on T2Y for a minute, man. And like I said, we was making it happen. But anyway, so I was talking about that piece, and I was talking about the composites and everything else and how that works. And so, yes, I noticed they dropped his composite, but again, that's a culmination of all the other different sites rankings. I think the ESPN rivals now on 3 and 247 combined, and that creates their overall ranking. So we'll go ahead and talk about that here in a second. But what I told him, what I want to do is I want to deconstruct your video that you have with Andrew Ivins, talking about the star ranking and how he comes to it. So I'm gonna pull that up here for a second, briefly. If you can kind of give your oversight of the ranking system, what are your thoughts about it and whatever, and then I'm gonna pull this up here while we're doing that.
Bro, listen, because the ranking system, like I said, Hayes, you've been doing this for a little while, maybe a year and a half, 2 years, right? You was a football coach. You know what I'm saying? You saw it from the other side. I've been a part of the media for a minute now. And trying to figure this thing out and trying to understand media, traffic, ads, dog. And what I've came up with was that, first of all, my view on the system is just that it's a traffic grabber. It creates conversation, which creates emotions, which creates traffic. Taze, you understand the traffic thing. We talk late nights about this stuff all the time. How could you move somebody's emotions to create traffic? Now, come up with something that looks official, and boy, you've tricked everybody. You know what I'm saying? The star system, as we build our own and try to figure out what's right and what's wrong, very hard to do. A very hard thing to be accurate with. As a whole, I think I pull up the Andrew Ivins video again because I've been screaming at the top of my lungs, we're using this system not like the way they intended it for the system to be. He says it on the interview. That's not what they didn't intend for us to be looking at kids in high school and saying, oh, Jaden Wayne is a 5-star right now. Or, man, why Tiger ain't rated? Tiger not rated. He should be a 4-star. He's the leading thrower and passer in Florida. Should be a 4-star. That's not what the system is. That's not what the system is. It's their system. They created it. Right.
So to your point, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your point.
So I would preface that when I bring Andrew Ivins up here, because to me, it's not about. I think everything in life is about communication and understanding. Please, let's understand what the system is, Andrew Ivins, and I'll let him explain it. Now here we go. 2 years later, it doesn't go anywhere. It's right there. Let's bring it back. He explained it. You never lose a 5-star. he explained it. He said it right there. I didn't have to badger him. I wanted him to explain what the system is, so we'll always have it. And he explained it. And I don't know if it has evolved since then. But, bro, some of the things they do that we about to get into, Hayes, some of the things seems to be so strategic and so sharp and so, how did that happen in 30 minutes, bro? Like, who was paying attention to that? Like, why? Why did that happen? Why did that just happen like that? You know what I'm saying? So no, man. I'm a person of understanding. A person of communication. I wanted people to understand what the system was before you jump all over it and badger it. And so that's how I kind of felt about the interview and about the system. Like the system, I think is imperfect. I think they try. They've created a system and they try to do the best they can with what they have. That's what I believe. And they have resources.
Right. And so here's my only thing, and I've always said this. I know the system is imperfect.
Right.
That's never been my issue. My issue is it's inconsistent.
And
it's almost and it also becomes, now it's starting to become a popularity contest, right? It's like prom king and queen. It's not about because prom king and queen, ain't nobody out there doing community service and stuff. It's about who's the most popular person in the school. That's just what it is. And that's everybody knows that about the king and queen of the prom. So it's almost the same thing here. It's not about how you play on the field more than it is the popularity of, I think, a culmination of everything. The camps, the 7-on-7 group you're with, the team you're with, all of those things come together. But then you get an outlier, like I brought up earlier. I was talking to T2Y, and I said this. Then you bring up an Arch Manning, who is a 1.0 guy. I'm not knocking Arch Manning. He doesn't, and I said this before, I said this earlier in the show. And I told the fan base, do not knock the young men for their rankings. They didn't rank themselves.
Right.
I'm not here to trash anybody, but I'm also here to say a perfect ranking. I can't go with that, but that's not an Arch Manning deal. I can't go with that because there's a lot of things in the film that I see that if you take all of those things he talked about in consideration, doesn't make you a 1.0. And then conversely, you have other kids who have big name people, i.e. Troy Bowles. Troy Bowles is the son of a head coach in the NFL. His brother plays in college. See, they take all that stuff in consideration. Your daddy, the head coach in the NFL of 2 teams, defensive coordinator, all this stuff. You a bad boy too, right? But you only a 4-star.
I don't think he said anything about daddies being coaches. I think you're talking about genetics. I think you're talking about genetics. I think you're talking about genetics.
His daddy played in the league too.
Okay, all right, but there you go. Then
so what I'm saying is, but I'm saying you got genetics and you got football IQ, and it shows on tape, like and it translates to the tape. So what I'm saying
the difference is
truly the last name, and that's back to the popularity contest, right? More people know the Manning name than they know the Bowles name.
Antonio Robinson falls in the same thing too. I think Antonio Robinson, one of the top cornerbacks in the world. His dad won the Super Bowl. His dad is I mean, and it seemed like that didn't factor in.
Exactly. Like, so go ahead,
or how much. Like, we don't know how much they're using as the parents, how much they're using for the camps. And he explains the camps. He explains the camps in the 7 minute. Listen, that's the way I can get everybody in one place.
I agree. I agree. And so we're going to kind of deconstruct this. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to pause it. I want to listen to what he has to say, and then I'm going to pause it. Let's talk a little bit about what we heard. Agree, disagree. Hey, that's fine with me. What do you think different? And then let's go from there. How you feel about that?
Let's go.
All right, let's rock it.
It's not black and white.
No, not at all.
There's a lot of gray area.
That's what they always think, and it's really not that. So listen.
Can y'all hear that? Let me know. Thumbs up.
Explain on it's a feedback. Footballville. I don't know if they can hear it clearly, but it sounds like it's double for me. May just be me. Ask them in the comment section. It may just be me. It sounds like it's double for me.
It sounds like it's doubling up?
Yeah, for me. Ask them in the comment section, though. They may hear it different, and that's all that really matters. Right, I've listened to this 1,000 times this morning.
Yeah, everybody says a thumbs up. Let me know category 5. Somebody says echoes.
Right.
All right. Let me see here. I don't know why it's doubling up, but maybe it's because it's coming through. I couldn't tell you.
I don't think it's not listenable, though. I think you could hear it.
But I wanted to be okay. Well, let's see. Let's see if I can do a capture right quick. Let me see if I can do a capture right quick. Let's see if I can put this on here. Because I just wanted to be nice and clean for the people, man. So let me see.
Gotcha.
You know, Coach like to do stuff right.
I'm trying to think. Why would it sound double like that? Probably the system you got too many knobs over there, man.
But I got knobs, boy. They call me Knob Hill.
You got too much going on, man. You need a sound man, though. You got too much going on.
But I make it happen, cuz y'all stop playing with me. But anyway, I'm gonna make this thing happen right now. Hold up. Y'all stop playing with your boy. We're gonna make it work.
Max say let it ride, coach.
Okay, well, we're gonna let it ride. My bad.
They say let it ride. Y'all good.
You say let it ride?
Boy.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
I'm gonna
Max
jump.
said let it ride.
All right, well, we'll be in the background and I'll pop back up when it happens. Cool? Cool.
Okay.
All right. So let me know if this sounds good.
Okay.
What they're doing in high school or project what they will be in
Perfect.
college.
So that's it. I can only speak to 24/7 sports.
I'm gonna like it back a little bit.
Write a book, fool. We can write a book because people don't understand how weird recruiting is.
Yes.
It gets really weird, and they always think it's either he's a fan or somebody handing him a bag of money.
It's not black and white.
No, not at all.
There's just a lot of gray area.
That's what they always think, and it's really not that. So listen, the star thing. Explain on right here on Caneville, Footballville with us. The stars project what they're doing in high school or project what they will be in college.
So that's it. I can only speak to 24/7 sports.
That's all I want you to talk about.
And I think there's a lot of confusion. So when you look at a 24/7 sports profile, you're going to see 2 star rankings. You're going to see the one on the top, it's a composite.
Right.
Then you see the one below it, which is the smaller one, it's the 24/7 sports one. So the composite is a combination of 247 sports, ESPN, and Rivals. It's a formula. I don't know. It takes every ranking and it spits out a number.
Gotcha.
Okay, that is the big one. So
Okay.
that's a industry generated is the term.
Just learn something.
All right.
You knew that? You knew that? I guess I don't read it.
The bottom one is the 24/7 sports one. So how we have it set up, and it's to be modeled after the NFL draft. And this was all framework put in before me. You know, I'm a spokesman for it now. But I agree with all of it. Obviously, you know, I believe in it. There's a rankings council of people. You know, I'm on it. There's 8 people. We do a call every week. And what we're trying to do with the 24/7 sports rankings is project to the next level, the NFL. So if you're a 4-star, we think you're a guy that will play in the NFL.
Projecting to the.
All right, I want to stop it right there, and I want to bring this up.
You see, I had to repeat that because I had to repeat that, right? Because I was wrong. Been looking at the star system for years.
Right. So now he says that I'm a spokesperson now, right? Basically. And he says, I believe in the system. Again, this was what, a year ago when this happened, pretty much for the most part?
Yeah, 2 years ago, maybe.
Roughly. Okay.
Yeah.
So there may have been some changes. But now he says the star ranking is based on how they're going to do in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Me personally, that is a catastrophic flaw in that system to me. This is my Coach Hayes' opinion. You are trying to project kids that are 16, 17, 18 to 24-year-old guys, 23, 22, 23-year-old guys who have not been through proper weight training, in some cases coaching, development, as we always complain here on the football, on Kane's Talk. People, Kane don't develop. You know, so to me, that's my What's your take on it now that you've learned what you learned at that time? Right. They're skipping college and they're going straight to the NFL. Yeah,
bro. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When he said that, I played it cool in the interview. I was totally shocked. I guess I never took the time to read the website. I was shocked because all of this time, that is not how I was looking at the star system. I believe this. I believe sometimes we're on the ground. We're on the ground and we're the nobles. We're walking around. I believe 247 Sports, this guy Terry, who creates these things, who created Rivals, when he created 247 Sports, probably said to himself, how can we get into the big game, the NFL? How can we get our system to be talked about on draft day? So they tried to do something that I believe is very difficult to do if you haven't looked at this player play from he was 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult to do if you're just catching them at a camp, I think. You know what I'm saying? But I've also been at these camps. I've also been at these camps, though, and you can point out every now and then, there's a Jerry Jeudy, there's a Lamar Jackson, there's a Nick. Sometimes you can point out the guys that's going to the NFL, but to get 32 of them and then try to get another 400 of them, very, very hard to do, bro.
So let me ask you a question. Can't you find that same thing out on their tape? Because there's some dudes that, now again, we're talking elite player. Back to my word elite now. Mm-hmm. right? We're not talking about NFL caliber. We're talking. I'm going to go into the 5-star. I'm working my way with 5 stars, not 4s, but. I understand and we're going to get to that part about getting everybody to the camp because you can't put eyeballs on everybody. Like you can't spend your time driving around to all these little small places to look at one guy. I totally get that. But that's my point. And I don't want to spend too long because we're going to go through everything that he said on your film. And I got both parts broken down. Okay. So that's that. So he talks about that 5-star. Like I said, I think that's a fatal flaw in the system, but that's my eyes. That if he want, this is their business. They do what they choose. But I want to educate the fan base on what you're getting here. That's why I said that. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and let me finish. Go ahead and play the rest. Excuse me.
The NFL.
Yes. That's why we only have 32 5-stars to model after the 32 first-round picks. So we don't just.
That makes sense now.
And once you get a 5-star, you keep a 5-star.
Right.
So it's very, I think right now we only have like 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't pause it fast enough. I'm sorry. Once you get a 5-star, let me rewind that part. I want to hear that again. Because that may be accurate based on their 247. I don't know. Hold on.
32 5-stars to model after the 32 first-round picks. So we don't just. That makes sense now. And once you get a 5-star, you keep a 5-star.
Right.
So it's very, I think right now we only have like 8.
Yeah.
Okay, and then maybe the opening finals, right? I remember Amon-Ra St. Brown 2 years ago.
All right, let's talk about that right quick because I want to clear up something with some people. And like I said, that's what I want to make sure I clear up in that sense. So he said, once you get a 5-star street, you keep a 5-star. You're on mute right now. That boy in there trading Bitcoin right now. Cut it out, Streeter. Listen. And somebody put up here, Coach Hayes, he's talking about the 247 only. Yes, Joe Khan, I understand. But you have to, I want people to understand. This is why I want to spend my time to educate people. Because here is where the inconsistency lies, Joe. When they advertise these kids, they advertise them off a 247 composite score. And that's where the problem lies. So, yes, Joe, I know what you're saying. I get it. But they're advertising them when they put their picture up, such and such committee, all 5 stars are lit up.
Come watch.
Yeah, come watch.
Right.
But their 247 ranking, which has been accurate, or has been consistent, is only a 4-star. So that's where wires are getting crossed with people. You understand? And that's where the problem lies. And that's why they're losing. They're starting to lose some respect out here in the game.
But still, Hayes, make me understand this. I'm looking at Jaden Wayne right now, right? Make me understand this because, listen, I run Footballville. I run Caneville. I be too much stuck in my own business to really be in other people's business like this. You know what I'm saying? Jaden Wayne right now is a 4-star composite in 247 sports. Where am I getting wrong?
That's correct.
What am I missing?
His composite was a 5-star. His 247 has always been a 4-star. When I did his video 3 days ago, it was a 4-star. His 247 was a 4-star. His composite was a 5-star.
So he was always a 4-star in 247.
That is correct. But
okay.
his composite was a 5. And what happened is when they advertised this young man as a 247, and what they're going to do, they advertise him as a 5-star.
Right.
And that's what's confusing. For you who actually did the interview, sitting literally 2 feet from this guy is confused. So what do you think the fan base is?
Yeah, when he said they never lose a 5-star, I'm sure X was sitting right across in the crowd. That was something I never really looked into 247 and did my homework and then because I know what this is. X knew this stuff. X could have yelled out, wait a minute. X probably could have yelled out 5 kids that lost a 5-star. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So is it true? So if they ever get the 247 sports 5-star, do they not lose it? In the comment section, let us know.
You have to let us know because I haven't done
Let
that
us
much
know.
research. You guys let us know.
Do they not lose it? If you ever get the 247 5-star, do they not lose it? And another thing I want to say in the comment section, if you're from somewhere else, when players commit to your school, does this happen up or down? I want to know that.
I know a lot of them get a bump up. I can tell you that. They used to call it no, for real. They used to call it the Bama bump. They called it the Bama bump. No, they did.
That can't be happening, though. And we're gonna get into all of
That's
that. It can't happen, though.
Right.
All right,
right. And so that was my thing. All right, let's get back to this deal, man. All right, here we go.
Yeah, he tore up something, and we're like, all right, they're just getting him his fifth starter, and Barton Simmons made that decision that day. But normally it's closer to signing days when it's finalized. But yeah, so you have 32 first round. You know, the 32 5-stars are essentially we're saying, hey, we think these guys are 5-stars. Yeah. Right. And then you would go 25 to 100. That's day 2, second to third, and then 100 to 250. That's your 4th to 7th, and then you got some wiggle room here and there.
So all of it is projection too.
Yes. So that's why. So if we say a kid's a high 3-star, we're saying you could be a very, 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 very good college player. Right. We're just saying maybe for this reason or that, we don't know if necessarily you are an NFL roster guy. And you know, obviously you're going to miss. Everyone misses. You know, obviously you're going to be wrong. But that is the idea and thought process behind the whole thing.
But once they get to college, does the stars go away on their profile?
No, they're always.
They still sit there.
They still sit there.
Well, that's just one thing you guys do that Mel Kiper and what's the name really don't do. I mean, it's right there for you to just look at it. Every time you pull it up, it's right there to look at. Yeah. So you're projecting to the NFL, right? That's why it's not as many 5-stars,
right? That's why. That's why you'll go out there, right? You'll see. Maybe you'll see a kid.
Listen close.
Let's say it's like a Chris Graves. So he's a kid that was going to visit Miami the first weekend. Chris Graves is a wide receiver turned corner, extremely raw. Okay, he's going to be raw as anything. You're going to see him, you're going to be like, wow, they think this kid's a 4-star. But we're not thinking, hey, we're not expecting this kid to line up week 1 against Alabama. Right. We're trying to think in 4 and 5 years based on what we know, based on how we study the NFL draft, how we've evaluated him. We think this kid has a very, very good chance of making it to the league. Why? Because we've studied all the corners that have been drafted. A majority of them also played offense in high school. Yeah. A majority of them are right around sub 1100 meter dash guys. He's 1101. Right. A majority of them, you know, I think there's like one corner was under 5'11" that was drafted. So obviously you got to be long. So that's the whole thought process behind it. And then, you know, everything goes into it. It's in-game evaluations. It's film. It's statistics. Testing's huge. You know, everyone thinks it's just we see them and that's the ranking and that's it. You know, it's a
little different. A lot different than that sounds like.
Yeah, it goes back and forth. And, you know, you're comparing that guy to a kid in Texas. And it's not just me watching it. It's 7 other people that are watching it. Right. So, you know, there's a lot that and there's no exact formula, and you're always trying to get better.
No, there's no.
All right, real quick. Let me go ahead and bring this piece up, Street, because he had a very, very valid point. He brought in some things. And so, again, he talked about all the things in film, you know, what they look like, comparing them to other players across the country, right? And again, that's where I think some inconsistency lies. I see guys that they comparing, and I can go in the same breath and say, nah, dog. Now, it's only 8 of them. It's only 8 of them for this entire country. So I totally get that. Right. But my thing is, I'd rather be late and right than early and wrong. Does that make sense?
Explain to me what you're saying. You're saying that he's saying compare. Explain. Go a little deeper for me.
So he says that. So he said it's myself and 7 other guys who look at these and rank them, and there's no particular formula. So basically, it's 8 people who look at these films or these guys, right? And they're ranking them. Well, here's the deal: all 8 people are not going to be at the same camps to see all of the same guy. They're probably all regional.
Some of them lazy. Some of them lazy. Some of them work hard.
And so they're going to take a kid that's in the southeastern region. I believe Andrew Ivins is over. They're going to have to take his word for it in his evaluation when it comes to that checking the box in that part of the formula. Same way he's going to have to take a guy in California's word for it, checking a box of what he did in the camp out there in California. Because he didn't put eyes on him at the camp. The only thing they're going to do together is watch the film. Other than that, they have to take everybody else's word for it.
Well, that's why he's saying stuff like the Nike Open, when now you got all 150 or Under Armour. You know what I'm saying? Now you got all 150 there. That's why that's a big deal for him. That we're talking about a weekend. We're talking about maybe a week. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he's saying that's a big deal for him to see him, because now you get a chance to see them all. Now, one thing he said I agree with, when he said he's traveled across everywhere and now he has a database in his head. I talk about that all the time.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
Okay,
We're going to get to that part. We'll break it down. Real quick, and then I appreciate you. If I skip over your donations, please, I'll make sure I try to get them at the end, but I want to go through this because it's a lot to do in a little bit of time. But 49, so much.
Yeah, these comments be rolling now, bro.
Well,
season coming, the season coming close, boy. Them comments be moving, bro. Listen, I'm telling you.
All right, so much can happen in 3 to 5 years. High school, some kids don't develop until college. This doesn't work for football. Sounds perfect for basketball. I agree with a lot of that. But let me go ahead and jump back into this deal because I want to, like I said, I want to talk about these things because I want to educate the fan base on what is happening. And I think that's the biggest part. I've always heard arguments happen due to a lack of communication. Yes, people don't talk it out. It's all about assumptions. So we hear it really from the spokesperson's mouth. He's one of the 8. He's 1/8 of the team who creates these rankings. So here we go. So let's go ahead and take a look into it, man. Big shout out to Footballville for getting this interview. My dog be on it. No, man, hold up, man. Man, you come.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
All right, here we go. Let's get this thing rocking, man. This dude's silly.
Okay, come on, bro. So how do you feel about South Florida kids? So you're venturing to Georgia, right?
Right.
South Florida kids, I was told by Florida State recruiter that basically they don't even look at South Florida kids' height, weight. It's because they're not eating right, anything that makes it. But South Florida talent is like elite when you start comparing it to other states. It's different. It has to be hard for y'all to do when you're comparing, like Bryce Brown. I don't even know if you remember that. Arthur Brown and Bryce Brown, and they were the number 1 in the nation. And trying to compare them and their competition to a kid, to Dalvin Cook, who's playing against, week in, week out, he's being challenged by kids.
Preacher.
Absolutely. You know, I think the best thing that's helped me is getting exposure going into Georgia or going to national tournaments or going to the opening finals. Like, yeah, you know, like, am I qualified? Like, did I work in an NFL scouting department? No, but for the past 8 years, I've seen every elite recruit in some type of setting.
Right.
So you develop a Rolodex and you can compare those guys. And, you know, we try to, again, referencing the NFL draft, we have a general idea of how many guys from the state of Florida are selected every year. So it's, you know, I think that number's right around like 36, something like that. So when we compile a top 24/7, all that's taken into account. Now we can think, hey, it's a really good year in Florida. Maybe we're going to have 40 guys in there. But we're always trying to check and balance ourselves. Like, you're never going to see, you know, 35 quarterbacks in there because 35 quarterbacks aren't getting drafted. That number is only max 12, 13, 14. So, you know, and that's what makes those events so good is the opening, like, you know, it's 7-on-7, you know, they're not in pads, but yeah, you're right. But when you get these guys going through the same drills, you can kind of stack them when you go back and compare them on film. So that's kind of
okay. So when they all get in the same arena is when you have to do it.
Right.
Yeah, that's when you have to make okay.
But yes, and like, look, guys can have bad days. But I'm saying if you took a wide receiver from Pennsylvania, a wide receiver from Georgia, a wide receiver from California, you know, one from Florida, one from Texas, and they're all running the same 6 drills over and over again, you know, you can kind of figure out how it's the same thing they do at the NFL Combine.
Right.
You know, so that's why those things are important. Obviously, you know, that's the ideal situation, but, you know, sometimes it doesn't happen, and the All-American games are important, but, you know, that's how you kind of deal with it.
All right, real quick. He said a lot right there, and this is big because he talked about getting guys together. They're doing the same 6 drills. But I think there's a lot of focus on the underwear Olympics. You on mute, Street. He's not talking about, and through this interview, you'll listen. He's only mentioned watching the film one time. What I'm trying to say is there's not a lot of, I don't believe there's a lot of emphasis on playing the game of football 11 on 11. Where all 8 of them can get on a Zoom call and look at that same film at the same time and kind of debate things and come up with it versus the underwear. All 6 of them, yeah. My big behind looked great hitting bags until that big Francis Mawagoa line up on me and give me one of these. Get your behind up out of here.
The Arthur Diskowski.
There's a lot of people.
Remember Arthur Diskowski, the quarterback that Miami was recruiting? Miami was recruiting a quarterback named Arthur Diskowski, and he looked awesome, dog, at every camp, bro. Went to IMG. He just looked like a man. I'm sure everybody in the comment section remember. But he looked awesome at camps.
And that's what and this is my point. There's a lot of focus on the opening, the this, and these are all marketing tools for Adidas, the 3-stripe. Nike used to have the Spark camps, all that, and I get the business. But when you get to the nuts and bolts of this deal, what do you do between those white lines with them 13 pounds of pressure on? When you put them 13 pounds on, what do you become? And that's what the fans want to know. Nobody cares that and shout out to South Florida Express, but nobody cares. When's the last time you heard somebody say, even in the NFL drafts, as they project in the NFL draft, and Chris Olave won the 7-on-7 tournament when he was in high school? No. And so I get the business piece, and they're more than welcome to do what they choose. That is their business. But for the fan base, I have to get them to understand, like, you can't put so much into it, but unfortunately, they've embedded themselves into every aspect to what you said earlier, which is great, Streeter. They've embedded themselves into what? They've embedded themselves into the NFL draft. He was a 5-star coming out of high school. He He was a Bolitnikoff winner and booty woo. So yes. Also, when he talks about going to see these guys, again, you're looking at guys in shorts, but we're not talking about what they do against other opponents. He never speaks of competition level. I don't think he brought that up one time in his whole interview.
I brought it up, right?
I don't think it wasn't answered. Like when they talk about, we'll see. I'm gonna skip some pieces because he's always talking about other stuff. But those are the things that I'm saying. And as a fan base, I'm just talking about stars in general. I know I'm a Hurricane show, but I'm just speaking in general. Because when I do these WREs, bro, some of these I'll be like,
but what would you say to people that say watching somebody highlight tape is just a highlight tape and it can fool you?
It can fool you, but when I look at it as a coach, right? And again, it is a highlight tape. But when I look at it as a coach, I know what to look for. That's why I can tell you in his highlight tape the things he did well and the things he did wrong.
Right.
Not the fact that he scored. Bro, you got a kid out there with 78 touchdowns in a year, but then you brought up the great point. You got a Dalvin Cook who got to fight for his life
every weekend.
Every weekend. But then you got other players, and I'll leave them nameless, who come out here. Imagine if Dalvin Cook was in
New Orleans with meaning.
No, not even. Imagine if Dalvin Cook played in a small town. Football not very great. I'm gonna leave some kids named. I can name quite a few kids doing their WREs. Where they're playing in such and such Christian high school. No knock on that, but typically a lot of the private schools are smaller tier schools, 1A. Yeah. Pull little Timmy out there because that's what he's doing. He's playing for a Letterman jacket, not a letter of intent. And Dalvin Cook is out there.
We have
The
examples,
dude
though,
would
right? Don't we have examples? Like we have real examples like that, right? Maybe
Yeah.
Henry, the Tennessee running back. I don't think I don't.
I know
you
one
saw
right
him.
here in Florida. I know one
Okay.
right here in Florida. Lord have mercy. I want to meet this guy because I love him to death. But Fred Taylor's son, Kelvin Taylor, he played for Glade State, led the state in Florida,
Mhm.
been playing since he was in 8th grade. 8th grade. Broke the Florida high school rushing record. And went to Florida, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, any Florida fans, but I don't think he put up any real significant stats at Florida.
He got yelled at.
I know he got in trouble for taking his helmet off. Huh?
He had talent. He had
I'm
talent.
just saying, no.
But I
Hear me out.
I understand what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying. I coached him in the All-Star game. That's why I know so much. I'm not saying he didn't have talent,
His
but I'm
numbers
talking
put him
about when
with
you
Frank
start
Gore.
his numbers. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But here's the difference. His numbers put him with Frank Gore, but imagine Frank Gore playing at Glazed Day.
No, don't imagine.
That's my point. So when you start talking about stats, numbers can be deceiving. You got to see what they do on the field.
Right.
And so think about it. He's in the same company with Frank Gore.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine if Frank Gore played at Glades Day. I'm not saying Kelvin Taylor was not a phenomenal high school player, and I'm not saying he didn't do his thing in Florida. But what I'm saying is you would project him to be like the next coming of Emmitt Smith.
Right. Is it
so level of competition is huge?
Create a Frank Gore? Like, is it impossible to create a Frank Gore at Glazed Day?
Sure, it is. Henry, my man Henry.
Travis Henry. Who did he play against? I just know he was from a small town, right?
They was in Yulee, so they played probably. No, I'm saying they probably played other 2A type schools. That maybe when they got the Champagnat, that was their competition. If they played in the state, I don't know.
Right.
But again, I'm not saying that because you play at a lower level school, you're never going to be here. But I think that should weigh more against you than for you if that's part of your criteria.
Yeah. Hayes, when I first started Footballville, I created something called Dolo Cam. And I never thought we were going to eventually go back. But I created Dolo Cam because I wanted people to see what players were doing, even when they didn't get the ball, even when it just was on the play. And what I realized was that I started exposing players like Northrop out of Florida State. Like if you go look at it, type in Dolo Cam Northrop one day. And I started exposing players because some of them didn't play hard. Some of them gave up they were top D1's kids now. Some of them gave up in the second quarter because they was getting their ass whooped, by the wing tee. Some of them. But it's weird that we go back to this because this is kind of what we're talking about, right? We're kind of talking about like how do you evaluate who actually is this? Like who is this guy? Now you do you see things on tape that a lot of people don't see because of your background.
But that's what they should see. See,
bro,
what I see.
Have the hours that you have, bro. They have not put in the hours. They have not put in the hours in the evaluation that you put in, bro.
Well, Coach, guess what? Coach I'm taking their application.
Nobody coming to save us, and we ain't filling out no applications, bro.
No, I'm taking their application.
Nobody coming to save us, and we ain't filling out our applications, bro. We're gonna have to get it out the mud.
Let's get it out the mud then, Streeter. All I'm trying to say is, because here's what I'm saying, is that if you're going to evaluate someone, that's just like saying I go to the doctor to get a checkup. Well, I went to dentist school, but I can give you a physical. Nah, dog. What I'm saying, if you're going to evaluate players and project them to the NFL,
right, then
you would think that's big. Here's the second thing that he said that was huge. He said he'd been doing it for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is not a knock on Andrew Ivins. I think he's an all right guy. I never met him, never spoke to him, but I even take your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
He says over 8 years, I've created a Rolodex, meaning I've created a database in my mind of what a top player should look like. There's a difference between what he looks like and what he is. There's a difference between what a top player, like you said, like Streeter, you always say, I ain't never coached, but I doggone know what one look like. I know what he is.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I see a top player.
See when he get a handoff, I can see when he go through that. I can see it. It's just me standing on the sideline year after year after year. You know what I'm saying? You can see it.
So I'm not saying they don't have that same. They can do those same things,
right?
But here's my deal: once you create a Rolodex and you're working on the business, there's a prospect sheet. Is he 6'5"? Is he this? Is he that? Does he check all these boxes? Now, I've said this before on my own show. In order to be elite, you must check all the boxes. The height, the weight. Prime example. Can I tell you this? If I was to rank Tutu Atwell, I could not make him a 5-star coming out of high school.
What's the highest you can make him?
He definitely would have been a 4-star. Definitely. But I could not have made him a 5-star simply because he didn't check. Well, let me go back. That is not true. And I don't know how the calculations go. And I can't say that's not true.
Yeah.
I don't know how the ways, but the one thing that would definitely had hurt him was his height.
Mm-hmm.
I would have had to knock him down because of his height. Nothing he could do about that. That's just what God gave him. That's what it is. It's genetics. But that doesn't mean other things wouldn't balance him back out, right? Like the intangibles. So I can't say that he would not have been a 5-star based on their ranking.
He wasn't one, right? Was it like a 4-star, 3-star?
I don't know, maybe a 4-star. But I could have, if he was a 5-star, it's because other things would have outweighed level of competition, what he's doing week in, week out, what he's doing on the football field, the intangibles, that kind of stuff. Those are the type of things that maybe I could have bumped him up to. I have to say that. So I kind of let me retract. Let me take that back for a second. I don't know the calculations they have, but he may have been a possible 5-star. But other things would have had to take over his height because his height would have killed him.
Tutu Atwell, 5'8", 155 pounds. He was a 3-star. 86 was his score.
Right.
The 110th best player in Florida. Was Tutu Atwell the 110th best player in Florida, Hayes?
No. No.
Guess who knew that? Guess who knew that? I knew like, listen, man. But you're right. They got a prospect sheet, which now you got to check other boxes. You're right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying Noel Devine is Noel Devine. You know what I'm saying? Noel Devine is Noel Devine. Who you putting right? He's Noel Devine.
Bro, they telling me he the 57th best athlete in the country. The 57th? There's only 50 states. You gonna tell me, man? Hold on, let's see who in front of him athlete wise.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't even know these doggone names.
Joey Gatewood.
But again, he's 6'4", 232. See, this is what I'm saying. At least he at Bartram Trail, Jackson, Florida.
Wow.
Come on, dog.
Look at the athletes that were in front of him.
Hold up. And this is my point right here.
Wow.
To Lanawa Hufunga, not to knock it, Crescent Valley, Oregon. I may be wrong. I'm not knocking other cities, but I know what Tutu will go through week in and week out. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Portland, Oregon. Again, somebody's a suburb, so you don't know. But dog,
Smoke Monday. Smoke Monday got a nice name though, dog. What's Smoke Monday at now?
Bro, Mount Holly, New Jersey.
That boy named Smoke Monday.
I'm trying to see. Come on, dog. Yonkers, New York.
They probably don't even play basketball in Yonkers.
No, I'm just trying to look at players. I'm just trying to even look at areas when we talk about levels of competition. But what beats them out is if you look at everybody, they 6'4", 6'3", 60. So I understand getting a knock, but what will bump him up is what else he does. Shh. Man. This dude from Brooklyn, New York. I'm about to put his tape on just to see. But anyway, we're going to do that in a second. I want to go through this tape because I want to explain to the people. But these are the type of things.
Yeah. I told you what I thought Tutu Atwell. Go ahead.
But back to Andrew Ivins saying, we compare these guys to other people in the state. I mean, other states. Bro. You're going to tell me the dude that's 6'3", 200 pounds that went to San Diego State from San Diego, California was better than him?
I guess they thought that he was going to get to college and get broke up. You know what Tutu Atwell did? He went to college, told them he didn't like lifting weights, and because of who he was a star. He didn't change anything. He probably left that thing 165 because he wasn't.
I'm not knocking other cities. Everybody has players, but when you're going to tell me when it comes to some of the things that you need to add into your overall projections or calculations, I think you have to put in some level of competition. I believe that. Imagine Tutu Atwell in Brooklyn. Yo, son, he out there with Timberland cleats on, killing they behind with a starter jacket. He ain't even got shoulder pads on. He got a starter jacket on. Yo, let me get with a Dipset hat to the side. No helmet. Let me get that, son. Right. Right. But anyway, I want to go through this, but go ahead. Go ahead while I get it set up.
No, we good. We good. Go ahead.
Getting fired up in this thing, man. I'm going to leave you here to the side, so you're going to be on, so I have to keep going back and forth.
But, I'm always going to value South Florida guys. I know how it is here. Broward County, what they did in the 2021 NFL draft is insane.
It's crazy.
And, I'm personally
Do you know the number? How many? I just knew the American Heritage number.
I think it was like 12. 10,
wow.
10 in the first couple of rounds.
That's it.
And then there's the kid who went to Appalachian State for Miramar, right? And he got drafted in the 5th round by the Packers. I don't know his name. I feel so bad right now. But look, to me, I mean, he was before my time, but we had him ranked as a 2-star. So my radar goes off. It's all right, why was this guy a 2-star? I don't want to miss this next kid.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I do.
And I think sometimes the kids get to college and their perspective change.
Right.
Their perspective change, maybe their work ethic may change.
And you mentioned the weight thing.
Yeah.
I'm never really concerned. I'm looking at frame.
Yeah.
Because I understand that. I've seen, some programs have really good weight rooms here. Others, they don't.
Yeah. And then at home, they're not eating.
Yeah, exactly.
They're eating soda, potato chips for dinner. I mean, sometimes. So, yeah. So it's not like Greg Rousseau was a skinny wide receiver. And he got to Miami, and in 2 months, it was almost he had 15, 20 pounds on him in 2 months.
I know.
I didn't even recognize him.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize him. So listen, one day 7-on-7 tournament, me and you.
I'm gonna skip that part because that's where you talked about it. Go ahead, you can speak about that piece till I get to the other part.
No, I mean what I was talking about because I threw height in there, but I didn't mean to say height. I once talked to I forget the Telly Lockett when he was at Florida State. And he was like, man, we don't even weight wise, we're not even really paying attention to weight wise to kids coming out of South Florida. Because we understand that they just run around in the heat every day and they probably not eating right. Hence Greg Rousseau. If I put up these videos of Greg Rousseau, he looked like Skeletor out there running routes. Gets to Miami, and I promise you, he walked past me one day, I didn't recognize him. And he had been there maybe 3 months. I was like, oh, Greg, whoa. You think you got diabetic or something. The man had to put on so much weight. In 3 months. Yeah.
So here's another thing, right? Speaking of that, I remember trying to get this linebacker. I was at Jackson. I thought he was a Division I player, and I was working my magic trying to get him. I'm bringing guys in. And I had a coach from the University of Tennessee at the time tell me, he said, Coach, you know what's wrong with that kid? I said, what? He was probably about 6'3.5", played outside linebacker, good speed, everything. He said, Coach, he don't have broad shoulders. I said, Coach, what you mean? Coach, if he don't have broad shoulders, he ain't gonna put on the right weight. I said, okay. I said, well, Coach, you have to also remember this. He also doesn't eat every day. He eat, but like you said, potato chips, hot sausage, pickled eggs. You know what I mean? You know, we at Jackson, y'all know the area. Everything ain't always the greatest. I mean, he had a good family life, don't get me wrong, but high school kids are high school kids. Ain't nobody sitting there eating meals. You know what I mean? And so that took me to the point of when college coaches came in, we got him a Letterman jacket. We put about 4 or 5 shirts underneath the we had a sweatshirt and a Letterman jacket, put Timberland boots on him and a pair of socks on the heels, on inside the heels. So he looked bigger. That's what you got to do to get your player. He ended up going, my man ended up going to Utah State balling. I'm just saying. And that's actually where I met my man from Florida right now, Corey Raymond at that time. But Corey Raymond. That's how we formed a relationship
right
at a conference, and I got some players. He came down to see him and Coach Anderson. But anyhow, that's how they look at these guys. Oh, Coach, shoulders ain't broad enough. He ain't gonna put on the weight, blah, blah, blah. So again, back to a lot of these college coaches, I keep talking about this. These computer dudes, they don't know what talent is. Only thing I've said this before, back to Luke and that doggone yellow bus boys. If I was a GA walking into, let's say, I don't know, Alabama. If I'm a GA for Alabama, student assistant GA, 23 years old, just getting in the game. Now all of a sudden I'm 28. I get my own room. I'm a position coach and I go out recruiting. Guess who I'm looking for? Only the elite looking people, because that's all I've ever seen in my career. I've never had to find a Devontae Smith who might be undersized. I never had to look at a Tutu Atwell because everybody is Julio Jones. Everybody's elite looking. But when I finally go get my first room, because most time when you go to Alabama, you do that, you get a lower school when you first get your first job. Now you at Jacksonville State. You only know how to look at big time talent because that's all you've ever seen. So to Andrew Ivins' point, and to me, I don't know those other guys' background, that's all he knows. That's elite players. I've said that before in podcast. But me and you, I can look at a Tutu and be like, boy, you get him the ball. We could look at a Ray Joseph and say, you better strap up your cleats because you might be asleep.
right
Strike up the band. See, that's back to Luke and them yellow bus boys. Knowing what you're looking. I'm gonna be honest. Even Jason Taylor, I may be wrong in saying this, but he's been in the NFL, been at American Heritage, bunch of dogs. If he goes into college coaching, now he's recruiting nothing but dogs. He better know how to get. You understand me? He better know how to.
What you trying to say? What you trying? He may not be able to see.
He better know how to recruit who he was coming out of high school. That's what he better know how to do.
What'd you say? Who he was?
Who was he? Akron took him. He wasn't a big time prospect. He was undersized, but he could play, and big boys wouldn't take a chance on him. That's why he ended up playing in the MAC. Would you agree or disagree? Chat, talk to me. He got to better know how to recruit himself.
What are you saying? You think that he comes from the NFL? He's been around St. Thomas and what are you saying? He's seen Elijah Moore. He's seen Mike Harley. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but those guys have elite. Like, so when you so you talk about Mike Harley had good speed, right? How big is Mike Harley?
Sure. 5'9", maybe 5'10". Well, not Mike
Yeah,
Harley.
great speed.
I'm thinking about what's the name. Let's see how big Mike Harley is. I'm thinking about Elijah Moore. Mike Harley may be like 5'10". I just got a text, dog.
Yeah, but for receivers,
guess you just text me, dog.
Who was that?
Just guess. Ask me to call him.
Andrew Ivins.
Uh-huh.
Tell him to jump on with us. I would love for it. I would love to talk to
it
him.
was. I think he saw me posted on Instagram. Posted the interview on Instagram. I don't know. I don't know why you want to talk, but I mean, I'm just saying. I think he saw. I don't know if he's watching this shit. I don't know.
Ask him.
Huh?
I'm not here to bet. I just want to talk. Ask him. Just tell. Hey, I'm on live with Coach. Hey, you mind jumping on with us? You ain't got to show your face. I promise you, I'm gonna be a good guy. I promise you. Just let him know that. Just let him know this.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
That's all I'm saying. No, but for real, I'm not.
Who is Khaled?
Fat Joe.
Oh, Fat Joe. Yesterday's price.
Think about this. I'm looking at Jason Taylor. He came out in the pros 6'6", 144. So imagine what he was coming out of high school.
6'6".
144. He was a pro at that weight. Jaden Wayne is the same. Well, 6'5", 245.
He was 6'6". What?
244. That's what it's.
Oh, you said 144. I'm like, what?
I'm sorry, 244. 244.
I'm like, it's Manute Bone. What was that? Like, what is going on?
But I'm saying he is Jaden Wayne's height and weight now, and he did that as a pro. So imagine what he was in high school.
Right. I get you.
So he was undersized. He probably was tall and thin. And the big boys was like, nah, man, we can't take that chance. He probably was around a Cyrus Moss. Probably looked around Cyrus Moss like 210, somewhere up in there. I guarantee it. And you have to remember when he came out, he also came out when they were two back, when they were running the ball. They weren't no pass rush specialists. He actually came out at the right time where the game started turning, where he could become this great pass rush specialist. You know what I mean? If he would have came out 5 years early, he probably wouldn't have got drafted. Be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. If he would have been out 5 years earlier, he wouldn't have got drafted. If Peter Ward comes out 10 years later, he the man. You ain't texting back, dog. Hey, come on, dog. You said we got to get out the mud. Let's start slinging some mud.
That's gonna help. That's gonna help.
No. When I say I mean, let's get to the root of the problem, not being slinging and nasty. I just want to talk. I want to say, hey, coach, talk to us. Has anything changed? We're looking at this. There's a lot of confusion. You know, we try to clear it up to say that, look, some people have said that Jaden Wayne was a 5-star based on the 247, not the composite, but the 247. I've never seen that. I may be wrong. If somebody has the graphic, pull it up.
The boy just did a whole podcast this morning. Emergency podcast. Gabby and they did a whole emergency podcast.
Well, I reached out to him. I reached out to him, to Gabby this morning. To Gabby, if he'd like to come on, he didn't respond. But that's okay. He may have been busy. And I understand. Uh-oh. Somebody say get him on the phone.
We breaking down my interview. Scared of what? I'm the one.
Let's get going, man. If you're gonna do it, let's do it, man.
They clear it up for y'all.
Yeah, we just clear up. Hold on, somebody just said my bad. I don't know what that is. What's the number to call in? We're gonna put it up in a second, dog. I want to go through this. Let me see if this is right here.
Rogers, corner, yeah, long corner. You know, they're in a good spot with him, so they get those three. That's their.
The time we were at a American game, right? And I was telling you, and you were like, D1 what? Kids down. I'm not gonna sit here and technically break it down. It's something that I can.
Here you go.
And he threw like a 40-yard bomb, and I looked back at you. It was like, oh my. He's at what, UCF now, right?
No, he's at USF.
He
played as
UCF.
a true freshman.
Yeah. I saw at American the first time I saw him play. I don't technically break kids down. I'm not gonna sit here and technically break it down. It's something that I can see. Preach talent. I've been watching these little kids for so long, and I can see it. I knew he had it. Then he transferred to Central. But yeah, he was a D1 kid.
Yeah.
he was a D1 kid. And he played at South Florida. But I heard it right now. He's battling out with somebody.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to tell these fans about 247? Because you just cleared up a lot for me when I just realized that you guys are projecting to the NFL.
Yeah.
And it's not about what Tutu is doing on Friday night in high school. Y'all are looking at him and projecting
right
to the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a high 3-star, like, we still think you're like a really, 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 really good player.
Right.
And I think people think there was like this bias in the rankings or whatnot. Like, we want to get the rankings right.
Right. Because the credibility.
And
Right.
like, there's a ton of like kids always ask me like, why haven't I been ranked yet, or like this and that. I'm like, man, sometimes we're just waiting to gather more information. The last thing I want to do is rank a kid high and then have to move him down.
Right.
I'd rather rank a kid low and then move him up. And we're not trying to hurt feelings or anything like that. Like, we're just trying
But
to.
you're going to hurt feelings.
Yeah, obviously.
Anytime you start ranking anything, that's part of, it's traffic. It brings traffic, and you're going to hurt feelings.
Yeah, I mean, there's like NFL, like guys getting selected in the NFL, or like, some of them will say stuff about where they get drafted. But I will say this: like, a majority of those kids from Broward that went and got selected in the NFL draft this past year, and obviously a lot of them are ranked high, but I don't recall any of those kids ever complain about their ranking.
Right.
It's a ranking. Like, prove us wrong, or that's not going to dictate how your career goes. I mean,
so he says something really important right there. It's not going to dictate. And here's what I totally agree with that statement. However, the star ranking has gotten so strong that it does dictate a lot of things. The problem with that statement, in my eyes, Andrew Ivins, is I agree, right? It's like sticks and stones break my bones, but words never hurt me. But unfortunately, these things do. I don't care what nobody says. There are coaches in their contracts who get bonuses for signing X amount of 5 stars and 4 stars. That's in their contract. It also does what? It affects the class ranking. The number 1 recruiting class. That is how it's based off of these star rankings. Am I correct, Streeter?
It affects a lot of stuff, bro.
It affects a gang of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's easy to just dismiss it and say it's just a ranking. Like, my WRE right now is just an evaluation. But until these major colleges start taking it for the gospel and recruit you or not, then there's a difference in it. Right now, it's entertainment for the fans and everybody else. But when Coach hit that thing, boy, and now these coaches start coming to me saying, Coach, I need this eval, whether we're going to recruit them or not. Now it's a different ball game. So it's easy to make a dismissive statement like that. It's just a ranking, bro. but it holds weight. And I'm not to be funny, but it does hold weight, because if it didn't hold weight, they wouldn't spend that much energy in doing it. There's some value to it, not just a 247, but whoever else that goes off of it. Because if it didn't, guess what? Coach Hayes wouldn't start every title, as Streeter eloquently pointed out to me. 5-star defensive lineman, 4-star this, that, and other, because it is part of marketing. And I am a businessman. Mm-hmm. I'm also a business man.
I pointed it out to you the other day, right?
Exactly. And so that's another piece of it, right? And so those are the things that I look at in that sense. So it's easy to dismiss it, but there's a lot of people that get affected by that. There's the high school coaches. I keep going back to them. Mm-hmm. And I'm finna transfer schools because such and such high school X got 6 5-stars. They getting kids in college.
No, I'm thinking about, because I see a bigger problem coming, bro. What you said is right about the star system. On 3 is now giving kids NIL evaluations. And as much as it seems like it's nothing now, same thing is about to happen. Same thing is about to happen.
Listen, them kids walking in.
So just remember I said it, right? Same thing is about to happen.
Them same kids gonna start walking in the NIL deal saying, my analysis says I'm worth $134,000.
Using it as right.
The gospel, yeah. And that's where the problem lies.
It's no different. So
I just want to put that out there. Go ahead.
You see people talking about Street is scared. He don't want to burn bridges. Listen, man, I'm the one
You
interviewed
said
the
that.
man.
I
I'm
missed
the
it.
one
Where is that?
interviewed the man. He's like, I already know what time it was. You know what I'm saying? I sent it. He said no. I already knew what time it was. Listen, bro. I'm the one interviewed him. I'm the one got him up here to talk to him to explain everything that y'all throwing rocks at. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else did it.
But it's not about. But hold on. But I do want to say this, and I want to be clear. So if he does hear this, or even if he's listening, I'm not here to attack him or even attack 247. I am here to two things. One, educate myself because I didn't know that until I saw this interview about NFL projections.
Right.
Two is I want to educate the people. I'm not here to be like, Andrew Ivins, you're a loser. I've never said that one time since we started this. I'm just simply asking questions for the people because there's so many people that don't have answers. And these questions I still don't know that other people want to know. But I want to at least try to get to the root of the issue. Now,
Listen,
I know it's hot
Hayes,
right now. Maybe
I done screamed at the top of my lungs since I interviewed him and told people, listen, boy, y'all using that system wrong. That is not what they're it don't matter.
But I'm not saying he's using it wrong. I don't care. It's their business. I'm asking what are the rules to the game so people understand. That's all I'm asking. It's your system. You do with it what you choose. If you want to base it strictly on height, weight, and size, fine. But at least the people understand what the rules to the game are. So now we can't speculate. Oh, he's only a 5-star because he went to Miami. He's only a 4-star because he went here. What I'm saying, if you tell the people, hey, these are the rules, then how can you? Let me ask you this: you play basketball.
Yeah.
If you have the ball in your hand and you step on the white line, what is that?
You're out of bounds.
Everybody knows that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody knows you're out of bounds.
Right.
It's no question.
Right.
Now I know there's some subjectivity to it where you have to measure things, but at least we know what it is. Right? If you shoot a ball inside the 3-point line, how many points is it worth, y'all?
2.
But if a Michael Jordan, it might be worth 3. That's where the problem lies. You see what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying.
If you Michael Jordan, it might be worth 3.
Right. If I'm LeBron James, it might be worth 3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all I was saying. But he's more than welcome at any time. I would love to. And again,
he sent me that text a little earlier. I doubt he's watching this. He sent me that text a little earlier. I don't.
And again, I'm not a shock jock. I'm not Howard Stern. I ain't trying to say I got you. Even with Gabby, I wanted them just to clear it up because they was taking a brutal beating this morning, boy. YouTube was killing them.
Listen,
boy.
I don't. It is what it is. I don't think they can. I mean, because the main thing of it is I don't know if it's in the interview. I don't know if it's in the interview, but it's a part where he explains that why stars get dropped. And I don't know if it's in the 40-minute interview or not, but he explained it. He explained why stars get dropped. Because if they're projected to the NFL and you go to a school and you go to Bama, who puts kids in the NFL, you have a better chance of going to the NFL. If you go to a school that haven't been putting kids in the NFL, they take the star because they think you have a less chance of going to the NFL. That's how he explained it. It's their system. I wasn't there when they created it. It's their system. Correct. It ain't our system. It's theirs.
And so back to that point, Streeter, you're 100% right. That's why I say I'm not here to knock it. I want to understand it. Right. Whether I like it or not, at least let me understand the rules to the game. I just don't take Monopoly out the box and start playing. You got to know the rules.
Right.
Unless you're at those Streeter family reunion, they come with there. Now every time you pay a go, you get $200.
And they making up rules. They add stuff.
Right. Just like when you play spades.
It's always come up. Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter. No, Travis Hunter didn't drop. Lama Labor, he didn't drop.
Because it was too much pressure. It was too much pressure. They couldn't drop him.
Right.
It was too much pressure. The problem is it's almost like when you play spades. Some people play big joker, little joker, 2 a diamond, 2 a spade. Some people play just ace high. But you got to establish the rules prior to the game. If not, you never know. And that's where I think the issue is. But let's finish this last.
Travis Hunter is rated 99, 99. Travis Hunter like the highest Madden rating. Like he could have went to play for 1,000 state. That would have still been 5-star. But
exactly. And so,
but,
but if Dion wasn't at Jackson State, he would have dropped. I guarantee that.
Dog, there's plenty
Dion
of
was
where they don't drop. Lama Labor didn't drop. He went to Tennessee. These jokers ain't put nobody in the NFL in the last 1 to 2 years, I don't think.
but they still a Power 5 program.
That ain't what they saying. They projecting to the NFL.
I know, but what I'm saying, he ain't with the Tennessee Tech.
Well, Jaden Wayne should have got to start at it because he coming to a place. Miami just put two first rounders as ends in the NFL.
I'm with you. Well, let's finish this. We got about 2 more minutes. Let's finish this out, and then we'll open up the phone line if you want to.
Hey, could you say that again for the kids, man? Could you please say that for the kids?
We like KJ Osborne. You mentioned him, the Miami. Like, dude, that kid was a 2-star recruit. He goes to IMG Academy. He was a 2-star. He goes to Buffalo. You know, puts together a good career at Buffalo. Ends up at Miami. I think he owns the squat and back squat and bench press record at Miami. In the way,
I'll give a damn about
all the
that.
receivers that have come out. That's what I'm saying. Like, what? It doesn't dictate where you're going to go or anything like that. I mean, that's.
It's just you guys. It's just you guys. Your system, and you're trying to get it.
Well, think about it like this. I didn't bring up this point. When are the rankings judged the most? Thursday night of the NFL draft, because everyone's going to pull up. Oh, where is this kid ranked? Right. No one else cares any other time. That's why we're trying to get it right then. Right. That's why we're trying to get it right. So that's
right. So one thing you just said, we good. One thing you just said was if we haven't ranked you yet, it's because we're trying to get more information.
Right.
A lot of times we hear, man, well, if you don't go to the camp, they're not going to rank you, and people look at it. So they look at it like
here's another pet peeve I have. Here we go. So people think like it's all like camp evaluations, I'm not a camp kid or anything like that. Like, okay, why do I like camps? Because I can see 100 kids in one stop.
You just said it, right?
So if you're a kid in Gainesville or you're a kid in some, not around me, for me to go see you, that's a whole day for me. That's 4-hour drive up, 4-hour drive back. There might not be another D1 player on the field. So that's why, I always try to tell kids hey man, I'm good at this camp. You should go to this camp. So that's going to give me the chance to, see as many guys as I can. Right. And that's why the referee jamboree, or if there's multiple things going on, then I'm obviously going to go where I'm going to get the most bang for my buck.
Right. It makes sense. It does. It makes sense. Right. But everybody, a lot of it they look at it and they see it and they're thinking,
247. We don't put on camps. We don't pay for kids to go to camps or anything like that. I know Rivals does their camp series, and which is good for them because they get photos of all those kids and stuff. But it's not like you have to go to camps to get stars. I'm just saying it helps us see you because we're going to be at those events normally.
But the bottom line of it is that with the transfer portal and how college is going, you better. I just told a parent that the other night. They were like, "You got to help us out," and I was like, "Listen, you got to y'all going to have to get moving because he's been hurt. He's been hurt. So y'all got to get moving. And y'all going to have to get to these college camps, and y'all have to get seen." So even as a parent, y'all listen to what I'm saying now. Screw what stars and all of this. You're trying to be seen, and you're trying to market your son. You want to get seen. So don't look at it like it's not personal. You're trying to be seen as many times as possible.
I think my big advice to maybe not the blue chippers, if you're a 22 or a 22 that's under the radar, or 23 or 24. Look, man, I think there's, and I went to FAU, right? So I'm going to tell you right now, I think there's 2 extremely good opportunities the first week of that contact period. Uh-huh. June 1st, and I think it's June 7th, FIU is doing camps, one-day camps. Right. And I know Nebraska is going to be there. I know Ole Miss is going to be there. I know Florida State's going to be there. I know Georgia's going to be there. And I think those are great.
FIU's doing the camp.
FIU's putting on those camps. I think those are great opportunities because you're gonna get sized up. I don't know if you can scratch numbers or anything like that, but college when I go to a camp, I get a sheet of numbers. I'm not looking at like the worst numbers. I'm just looking at the best numbers.
Right.
Right. So you're hoping to catch someone's eye.
Right.
And I think those are two good opportunities. I tell parents ask me all the time, like, what should my kid do? I'm like, if you go to a camp, man, you got to try to take every rep. You got to fight for reps.
Yeah.
You can't be the guy that's at the back of the line. So
shake hands and stuff too, man. Yeah.
All right, man. I just want to finish that up. That's pretty much the end of that interview. And I like what he said there at the end. You got to fight for reps. And that's one thing our kids do at the crib now. I've seen some cats straight bully a dude in the reps. Like, nah, bro. I'm finna get these reps, homeboy. I don't know what you're talking about. So I just wanted to finish that piece out in that sense. We can open up the phone lines. I want to say one more thing that, again, I'm having a struggle with. This is just my own personal opinion. I'm having a struggle with. And correct me if I'm wrong. And this is not a I gotcha moment. I believe this is an oversight. And I may be wrong. But I don't know what's going to change today. That may happen tomorrow. Let's just take Francis Mauigoa for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me go ahead and share this screen real quick. Francis Mauigoa. All right. He is gotta add it to the stream. All right, hold on. God, dog. Did it add to the stream or what? Okay, here we go. I took it off. All right, here we go. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that street?
Yep.
All right. So Francis Mauigoa right now is considered a 5-star composite. He's a 4-star based on 247, right? Everybody see that? Now, based on their logic, here's their logic. And this is where I think they make a mistake. I think they're premature in their movements because this is how you get in trouble. If you are a 5-star, you're considered a first-round draft pick. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that based on the information that was given, correct?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay. And again, this is not like I got your moment. This is where I just feel like I can find a glitch in the system that hopefully if they listen to this, they can fix it. You don't always have to report everything right away because look what happens right here. Our man himself, right? What does that say? Projection, first round. And that's right there where you get in trouble. You call him a 5-star from the composite. Mm-hmm. You say you only do 32 5-stars. Cool. I'm cool with that. But you're value him at 4-star. Fine. If that's your ranking, fine. But you're projecting him to the first round already. And that's where people get confused. My thing is, why not we just project it and leave it blank until it's finalized? Does that make sense what I'm saying, Street?
Right. You're saying that, okay, so I guess what I'm getting is that the 247 sports, the 247 sports stars, right? There aren't too many 5-stars. They don't get them. The 5-stars a lot of times don't get them until late. The 247 sports ones, right?
So
you're saying that. So only thing I can say to that is this. Maybe Andrew Ivins, right? Maybe Andrew Ivins, right? Mm-hmm. That's how he feels. He says he sits down with 8 people, right? And I guess they come together and they vote on it, and it ends up whatever it ends up 247 sports. Maybe that's how he feels. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the other 27 can pull him down. That's me playing devil's advocate. What I'm realizing is that the 247 sports 4 stars, was Mauigoa ever a 5-star 247?
Somebody said you can look at the history, but I don't know how that works. So somebody let me know.
Right.
Oh,
But listen, in the comment section, they know was Francis ever the number one offensive tackle in the nation? Because if you look at every offensive tackle, none of those dudes are 5 stars. The 247 one.
I'm looking at the history here. I don't know. It doesn't say stars right there.
No, the number one offensive tackle in the nation, Caden Proctor, they got him as a 4-star.
Right, they don't have a bunch of 5-star.
But you're right. But when they promote these guys, they're saying 5-star.
That's correct. See, they promote them off the composite.
Right.
But then they want to hold them. Then once they sign, which I thought was unfair. See, you can't promote me off the composite. And then once I sign, well, he's a 4-star. That's like saying the Grammy Award winning D Streeter in the building. And when he comes to perform, Grammy nominated D Streeter. So, and again, that may be an oversight. I don't know. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But all I'm just saying, these are the issues. It's just the inconsistencies. It is your system, 247. Do with it as you may. Coach Hayes doesn't care 2 ways from Sunday. All we're asking is if we're going to look at this as a resource of information, then we just want to know the rules of what we're looking at. That's all we're saying. That's all we're asking as people, as fans. You know, and again, that's not just Andrew Ivins. I just picked him because he's in Miami. He just happened to be the reporter. Yeah, let's go back. Let's look at whoever else. Let's go pick another guy. Keon Keeley. He's right here from Notre Dame. The Notre Dame been complaining a little bit. Let's see what they got going.
About what? I want to know in the comments.
I'm saying because Notre Dame been saying, oh, that they do us the same way. Well, he has a 5-star overall composite.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a 4-star 247. Let's see where his projection is. Oh, damn, Andrew. I'm sorry, bro.
Ain't no other projections down there.
First round, my bad. I just picked the kid. First round, right? Again, I'm gonna pick somebody out of the state of Florida. I think
maybe that's how he feel. Maybe that's
maybe. All right, here we go. Here you go. I'm a lever. How you say his name?
Lamaleva, Nicholas.
All right, he's a 5-star on both ends.
Across the board.
And he's a first round compared to Greg Biggins. So he's a first round pick. I didn't pick somebody else. My bad. Caden Proctor. All right, let me see who. All right. Oh, Brandon Enos. That's going to be him too, huh? All right, this big old lineman, Sampson. Oh, hey, I just broke his film down. I got some fun. I want to talk to Sampson. Anyway.
X said he the best one on the Canes board.
Man, listen, I did the film already. We talking about Poor Little Timmy Central. So here's another prime example. Can I tell you something? He's a very important. I've already done his film. I just got to edit it. I want to talk to Sampson. Anyway.
Poor Little Timmy Central.
Well, no, listen. If you pull his tape up right now, it is Poor Little Timmy Central.
Oh, man.
He is. This is my point. He is supposed to do what he's doing. I'm not knocking. I'm not taking 1 ounce of anything away from him. The pancake honcho, as they call him. So he's a 5-star there. He's a 4-star there. But now he's a second rounder here based on Brian Don. And that right there shows the inconsistency. But again, it may be based on their own interpretation. But let us know that.
So you said his what was his prediction down there? What was his projection?
Okay. He's a 5-star, 4-star, meaning 5-star composite, 4-star, 247. Right? Hold on, let me see this. He's a 95 ranking compared to 247.
Mm-hmm.
He's a second round pick.
Projected second round, which is accurate with the rules that they have. Because they're only 32 5-stars. Mm-hmm. So you think if you keep, but like I said, it may be Andrew Ivins. It's maybe what
It may be.
Yeah.
But we don't know. That's what I'm saying. We don't know the rules. That's all I'm trying to
So
say.
when they all sit down at the table, I guess is a vote. I guess I don't know.
I don't know how in the world the number one running back gonna be a 4-star. Maybe they ain't updated yet. I don't care. If you gonna rank him,
they were saying that there's not too many 247. They don't get it until later. They don't get the 5th star.
Now, this is what I like. This is what I like right here. Look at this. Because now it's dang. My bad, I blew that up for real. So this young man is Ruben Owens, number one running back in the country, 5-star composite, 4-star 247. His overall ranking, Gabe Brooks, nothing. It's nothing there yet.
Comparison, TJ Yeldon.
Yeah, nothing there, which is fine because it's not finalized. Like, I can deal with that.
Let me see. Scroll back up.
To what?
The last line says, exceptional campaign projects as a difference-making high major back with long-term NFL draft early round potential. So he left it vague.
And that's what it should be because you don't know. He still has a senior year of high school left. You know, he still has a senior year of high school left. So I get it. I totally dig it. And I understand. You know, will he drop because he chose to go to Louisville?
So let's be clear. Jaden Wayne, before committing yesterday was.
Let's look him up. Let's look up his history.
Let's be clear. Jaden Wayne before committing yesterday was a 5-star. Oh. It was always a 4-star.
Some people say that. When I did his breakdown and pulled it up, I showed it even on my video. He was a 5-star composite. 4-star 247 rank.
And now I'm looking at it, and now his composite went down.
Composite went down because of the on one ranking or whatever they said.
Okay, wait a minute. Right. So now his composite went down. So his composite went down. So that 247 sports has always been a 4-star. Okay.
From my understanding, some people are saying they showed it as a 5-star. I don't know that. I've always seen it as a 4. So I'm not here to I can't dispute that because I don't know.
Composite. So the composite went down.
Yeah, his composite went down. Let's see what his projection is. Second round. So Chris Singletary said, come on, Chris. Listen, Chris Singletary, stop it. And I mean right now. Chris.
Come on, Chris.
Chris. I'm finna get off of here right now. Chris Singletary, stop it. And I mean right now. Chris, I don't know if Andrew want to come on and Gabby, but I'm inviting you to the show, brother.
He was ranked 30.
Rashawn Gary, dog. Come on, Chris. Stop it. Stop, Chris. Chris, stop it. That's not fair to that kid. That's not fair to Jaden Wayne. You gonna tell me he's compared to Rashawn Gary, the 1.0? Y'all out your goddamn own mind. Man, Chris. Get out of here, man. Y'all rank Rashawn. Bruh, this is too much.
Well, explain. Verbalize what you're saying. Explain what you're saying. Verbalize. Get out your feelings. Woo-saw. Explain what you're saying.
Bruh. Okay, hold on. Calm down, Hayes. All right. Let's go pull up Rashawn Gary. Y'all around here playing, man. I don't even know who Chris Singleton is, man. Y'all better stop. Rashawn Gary was a 1.0 player, man.
Somebody said it's going to be a 247 update on July the 13th. I guess that's a couple people get their 5th star in.
You see this right here? Rashawn Gary came out of high school, 6'5", 283. All right, whatever. He was a 1.0, the number one in the player in the nation, number one D tackle in the nation, number one player in New Jersey, and the number one of all time.
101. That boy is 101.
And you made the comparison. And you made this comparison, bro. See, this is what I'm saying. That's not fair. Now, that may be your personal belief. And he may be tied to Michigan. He may be in cahoots or something. I don't know Chris
Slow
Singletary.
down for me. You're saying that it's not fair to put Jaden Wayne. What are you saying?
You telling me yes. First of all, the rankings don't match the prediction. If you're telling me Jaden Wayne is the 41st best player y'all got right now in the country, and you comparing him to the number one player of all time.
Of all time. The 101.
Are y'all kidding me, dog?
Of all time. The GOAT.
Bro, look at this. He's the number. We're talking about coming out of high school. I ain't even talking about what he's going to do in college. Let's just look at the numbers, high school to high school. The number one national for Rashawn Gary, he's 41st. The number one defensive lineman, right? He's the number 6th. The number one in the state of Florida, number 9th in the state of Florida, which I highly disagree with, even though I'm a Miami Hurricane fan, and this is no knock on Jaden Wayne. You're going to tell me it's only 8 players in the entire state of Florida better than Jaden Wayne. Hell, forget the composite. Let's go down here to 247. You're going to tell me he's the 36th best player in the nation? You're going to tell me he's the 5th best edge rusher? Bro, I can tell you there's an edge rusher. I did his film already, and I'm editing that right now. And that young brother, I bet he ain't up here. He the 5th best edge rusher. And y'all go watch his film right now. His name is Damon Wilson out of Venice High School. Now, that's the edge rusher we need at the Miami Hurricanes. I can't say that on my WRE, but I say it on this Canes Talk Live. That is the edge rusher, the pass rusher that we need right now.
Who?
Go watch his film, Damon Wilson from Venice High School on the west coast of Florida, the Indians or whatever they're green and orange, number 11.
We know who they is.
I know they know who they is.
They came to trash Powell and thrash Northwestern last year.
Here go the thing. He ranked number 11. He's 6'4", 230. He's ranked number 3. And you're going to tell me he's the 21st best player in the state of Florida. And this kid who just came from Washington, Tacoma, Washington, is the 5th best player in the state of Florida? In the state of Florida? Stop, y'all. Stop it. Stop. Stop it. Stop. And there's a fatal flaw in his film, and I'm not here to bash the young man. There's a fatal flaw in his film, which I did, and I'm just calling it what it is.
Here come the bash.
No, it's not a bash. It's the lack of aggressiveness at the point of attack to be a defensive lineman.
You're gonna bash. It's like somebody say, "Man, I ain't trying to complain,
no.
But you know what my homeboy say?
No.
You know what but mean?
No.
F everything I just said."
It does,
I ain't trying to bash the man, but you know what but mean?
State ranking. Let's go to Florida. We just talking about Florida. Bro, are they kidding me? Kamani McLean. I could go with that. Again, I don't like the the IMG kids being in Florida, but I think he's been at IMG for 3 years, so I'll take that.
Yeah.
Carnell Tate just came. I don't consider him. I consider him a Chicago kid.
Definitely raises the bar, don't it? Damn, definitely, huh?
Yeah, it's just not fair because the kids come from other states come in. My thing is I would rather give him, I wouldn't mind to say, and again, here's the biggest problem. Whoever his high school coach was for 3 years has no credit. IMG Academy. Why don't it say IMG? It should have transferred from, just so that coach get his credit, man, for putting his boy in that position. But that's a whole nother issue.
I mean, but that's no different than JoJo Trader going to Chaminade last year. You know what I'm saying? It isn't. Yeah, from school to school.
No, I agree, but what I'm saying, but there's a difference. I understand what you're saying, but there's a difference when you have that prep program type deal. They should do the same thing to St. John's in DC. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. But anyway, that's another argument. I ain't even worried about that. Bro, you gonna tell me that Troy Bowles, Hakeem Williams, Jaylen Brown, Malik Bryant, but hell, even Robbie Washington, Ray Armstrong ain't better than a kid that's been in Florida for 10 days? I don't even think he's in Florida yet. He's still in Washington.
Let's do something. Since you want to be spontaneous, right? Arch Manning. Pull up his film. Let's find out what makes him a 5-star.
His name. I'm done with that. Next.
Wait, that's it, bro? That's it?
Bro, he throws okay. And I apologize for the arch. I'm sorry. No, I apologize for the arch because that wasn't.
That ain't
what? Because I said that's not fair to him because I said it's not his fault. It's not his fault that he's ranked, but he's not a 1.0 kid, coach. They got this guy.
All the Mannings, he's 6'4", 2. All the Mannings played at the same school, right?
Yeah, he's got all of the attributes of 6'4".
Yeah, they all played at the high school. You ever looked at his film?
I broke it down already.
You did?
I did it. I did the WRE on him already.
So you did it already.
Yeah, I already know. That's why I could tell you.
Okay, well, so he's 1-on-1, right?
No. No, he's not the best player in this class. He's not.
No.
And this is not a knock on him. This is what I'm saying is this is an unfair evaluation of this young man. This is unfair.
Listen, when you look at film, you tell us what you see. I don't want to hear no explanation. That's what you see.
No, but I'm talking about whoever Cooper Pettigna is, whoever wrote him. Whoever wrote the eval on him.
Bro, listen. There's no doubt in my mind politics coming to this stuff, bro.
Sure does.
Politics, money. You've heard coaches say stuff like, "Oh man, I get somebody a 5-star. I can make somebody." There's no doubt in my mind because it's so broad that you always have snakes in the system doing shit they ain't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Street, I'm gonna say this last piece, and this is what is contradictory. And again, they got to come to camps. We want to be able to see them. We want to be able to evaluate them. This kid has not been to one camp, did not do Elite 11 or whatever it's called now, has not been to the opening. He's done nothing but play high school football. Right. So the only evaluation they could do on him was his high school tape. And they rank him the same as Rashawn Gary. But 247s, hold on. But 247s credit, they gave him a 98. Everybody else got him a 1.0 as the composite. But they have already ranked him a 5-star.
Somebody just said, wait a minute, hold up. He's never been to a camp. We know this for sure, Case.
Yes, he has never done one camp, has never been to Elite 11, has never done positive 12, ain't never been a negative 13, whatever you want to call it. He ain't been to nothing. And so that's back to what I'm talking about. When your foot is on the white line, are you out of bounds? Yes or no? So how do you give him even a 98 when the only thing you have on him, besides his legacy, the lineage of his family, which it ain't his daddy. Don't get that twisted now.
Who's the daddy? Who's the daddy?
The wide receiver was the daddy. The daddy was the wide receiver, was the receiver, not the quarterback. So Eli or Peyton ain't his daddy.
Eli Peyton didn't adopt him? Archie, he didn't grow up in a house? No? He grew up with Cooper, right? The wide receiver.
Yes. The wide receiver.
How far did Cooper go?
What I'm saying, he got hurt. Remember, he got hurt in high school or something. He had an injury and he couldn't go on and play.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying is, and again, to this young man, I hate to see people that bashed him. He's terrible. He's not nowhere. That's not true. He can play quarterback, but he's not a 1.0 guy. He's not a 1.0 guy. Put his behind down there in Trash Powell. See how easy he throw them fade balls when you got Reuben Bain getting up under your chin like a party hat. Right. See, that's when I want to see you be out there yelling, Omaha, Omaha, Omaha.
But dog, at the same time, this is what I was wrong about. Because I went back to see where did Arch Manning play and where did Peyton Manning play. And correct me if I'm wrong. They all played at the school. They all played at the school. Under the radar told me that they don't go do his game. They don't. That was some horrible English. They don't do his games because the competition It's not. Because the competition.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's not. It's not intriguing to watch. So, but
Bro.
but saying that, right? But saying that,
Mhm.
that doesn't mean he can't play, right?
That's correct.
That's why
correct.
I'm asking you, when you put it on, let's say you work that right. Let's say you work that 247. What are you
4-star.
writing? What are you giving them?
Just what I say in my videos, if you want to know the truth. So I can actually play. I'll play a little bit as we talk. No, I'll play a little bit as we talk.
Mhm.
We can talk and they can watch it. I don't have to really talk about
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
it. Okay. Run this ball, decides to get rid of it, live to see another day for the first. Oh, yes, sir. This is what I love. Right here, perfect picture. Look at his shoulders. Even though he's going against the grain, what does that mean? Running away from your dominant hand. His shoulders are parallel to the line of scrimmage. That gives him the opportunity not just to throw the ball this way, but also make straight up the field vertical throws, which is exactly what he does. Look at this. Great pass. Oh, my goodness. Look at the vision here. Got a guy open, but again, that's a hard throw. He's way behind him, but he's going to see this guy coming in his picture late from behind. Man, that's right there. It's top-notch quarterback play, if you ask me. Come on, Arch, let's get it.
Ooh, I think that will make
Great
ESPN.
touch on the ball, man. Like I say, he puts it where only his guy can
I
catch the
remember that
ball.
one.
Right, up and over the top, throws that ball on time. Great job.
That's
A lot of these are
Jacory
double
Benjamin.
clips.
That's Jacory to Travis Benjamin right there, boy.
Like I say, throwing the ball on time. I love it. His timing is down. Look at this. He throws that ball before he even breaks. Watch this. Look at that. Ball is already out. Here's the ball right here. He's just coming out of his break. That's a perfect time and throw right there. He's got the skills.
Well, you know he has I talked about this the other day. You know he has. Ooh, my God.
The safety almost tried to knock his head off.
Watch
Let's
this.
go. Good way to kind of thread the needle, man.
It's like somebody gonna pay.
Watch this. All right. Well, watch this. I'm gonna talk about it. Watch this. We'll break this down. Watch this. All right, let's talk about this. Let's get a little coachy in this deal. All right. He misses an open read, and I'm gonna explain to you why. He knows that he's doing what they call a dash play. All right, roll out, sprint out, however you want to term it. Right now, his two guys are outnumbered. Okay, it's 3-on-2. So really, just by alignment, these guys are eliminated. He knows when he's rolling out, there's going to be a guy coming from behind. His pre-snap read should have told him there's a vacancy in here. Only body standing right in the middle of the field is who? The referee. He doesn't count. So when I make this initial read, I see it's closed immediately. I need to already start looking backside, and you're going to see why this throw is extremely late. Watch this. Right here, they're covered. It's 3-on-2. You can't see this corner. He's off the field. But there's only two receivers. You got one guy over the top here. Right now, he should already start looking back this way. This guy is open, right? He throws this ball now. Forget it. Don't worry about it. You throw the guy open. This safety doesn't have a chance to come back and decapitate his man. See, this ball should have been gone right now. Still in his hand, just a little bit late. Look at this safety. He's already working that way. All right, again, he's open. Now he throws it. This gives him a chance to put his foot in the ground. And my lucky stars, he didn't get his head knocked off. All right, so right there, he missed it a little bit late, but still made the throw. And again, like I said, this is his 10th grade film. I don't know what he did his junior year. He don't even have 11th grade tape out. Don't put out junior films. You know, I guess they get so big or whatever, they just don't make them. But, you know, the fans want to see, man. The fans want to see.
So you saying he throw that ball with that ref standing there? This is normal?
Yes. Referee don't. Great touch. The referee is nobody. Films. You know, you throw him open. You throw it right past him. Oh, let me cut this down. You throw this right past the referee ear.
Now he was right. Okay.
Yeah, but here's another mistake too. Right here, watch this. Not to knock it, but watch this. Finished him off. Let me go back here to the beginning of this play. He actually has this read. I don't know why he doesn't throw it. You got a blocker here. You got a blocker here. The only defender is way back here. He decides not to throw it. Okay? Now he's in trouble. What is he going to do? Now I got to take off and run. Get some. And that's what I was saying. In the fact of decision making is going to be the only thing that may hold him back. Mechanically, he should be sound. Understanding the game, making the reads, like understanding what that is perfect. He has to now make the decision. Right here, perfect. Last one, and I'm gonna show you the end. I'm telling you, he got it, boy. Breakdown. Let's go. Right here, I see a breakdown in the play. Watch this. He goes to roll out, but watch his receivers. Nobody comes with him. You got a tight end over here. You got two receivers. Everybody kind of looks lost. This is the perfect time to pull out a Omaha, if you understand what I'm saying. All right. Make an audible. Change the play. You got to make sure, back to decision making. You have to make sure everybody's on the same page. You are the field general. All right. Watch this. Exactly what I'm talking about. He's rolling out. Everybody else is pretty much running hitches. See? Ooh. So now he's got to make a play with his feet. It's a highlight, but there's a mistake in here. So receivers don't know what's going on, but the box does. Everybody here is reach blocking. He's coming to set the edge. This receiver has no idea what's going on. These three guys in the backfield have no idea what's going on. So he's got to make that call right there. But he's athletic enough. He can make people miss. Get in for the tub. Give me 6, baby. Great job. Look at it. Let's get it. What are you going to do with it?
So that was
what you going to do with it? Yeah, it was a broken play. But it was a broken play because of him.
He went the wrong way.
I don't know. The box was going one way. The receivers was going
like Mike Vick out there, boy. What you talking
about? Cut it out, man. Poor little Timmy Central, man. Cut that out. Right? Look at this. Dude just lollygagging down the field. That's hella underthrown. But these are not these.
But his mechanics on point, I bet, huh? Because I talk about this a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, look, that's hella underthrown though. I mean, hella underthrown ball, and that's not a far throw. But mechanically, he's good. Look at the school. Jesus Christ.
American Heritage.
I don't know, dog. Hey, that Thompson High School I just left from in Birmingham. Jesus Christ, boy. But anyhow, they even got an indoor practice facility. Jesus Christ. But anyhow, his mechanics are good. But again, look at the pressure he's getting. None. He's really not getting. He's not in fear. And as a quarterback, I'm not saying all quarterbacks have to be, but even that, look at him falling off his hip. This is an easy throw. It's not a long throw. Look at the fall. Right? And some quarterbacks have to do that, right? Everybody ain't gonna be coming straight out the cereal box perfect.
But Vet Talk in there spamming the comment section with the Caneville. Shout out to Vet Talk, man. And he's spamming the comments with the Caneville.
Vet Talk. I seen Vet Talk somewhere else, man. They was eating me up one time.
Vet Talk.
This is what I was saying. Hold on. This is super important right here, right? Watch this.
Talk to me.
What I was talking about ball placement. Because in college, you're gonna get this picked off. Watch this. Over the top. All right. So a lot of people don't realize this in high school. Here we go. Let's get coaching. This is a super hard throw. Why is this a hard throw? It's the difference between college and NFL. The hashes are so far apart. This is a much further throw, and it's what they call a honey hole throw in cover 2. This corner is going to sit. This safety should be over the top. All right. Now, I have to say this. This ball has a lot of air under it. When you get to college, these safeties are going to be much better. They're going to close on that. So you're going to have to drive this ball in there, okay? You're going to have to learn how to drive that ball, all right? Look at that. This ball is way up here. This is the ball right up in here. You got to be able to drive that ball so this safety doesn't decapitate this dude or even pick it off. Also, it's a hard throw. Remember, you way over here on these hashes. NFL hashes are right on the goalpost, so everybody's in the center of the field, okay? I guess I'm about to get into the pros and cons of his game, man. Let's see what he does on this play. Great throw. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Get the end zone cut so you can see it. He's here, little over route, lays it out there perfect. Nobody can get to it but him. Man, let's get into the pros and cons of your game. All right, man. Here go the pros of your game. One, you have the fundamentals and the technique in order to make this happen. You are the ideal size to play quarterback at the Power 5 level. All right. Again, I know this is your 10th grade film, but I know you're going to have more arm strength and everything else. Which
Where's the 11th grade film?
Have another year. I know you're already stronger, and you have a senior year to go.
You don't need it. You
We talk about the cons of your game.
You don't need it.
Decision making. That's it. All right. You got to know what to do with the ball when it's there. I'm not saying you don't. Again, it's a 10th grade film, but knowing that everybody's on the same page at all times, that's going to be the make and break when it comes to your career. And I know you'll definitely make sure that is. I know your uncle will make it happen, but Omaha, whatever that means. All right. So with all that being said, if you're in Texas, so y'all hit that subscribe button, notification bell. But no, I'm just saying, man, it it is what it is when it comes to the kids, man.
You say 4-star. You say you would rank them as like a 4-star. What? Because dog, I'll go ahead. Go ahead. You gonna say something? And then
based on what I'm saying, not to cut you, I apologize, man, but based on what I'm saying, 4-star to their is a college football player who can make it to the NFL. I don't know if he's a first-round pick based off of this film.
Mm-hmm.
See, how can you, because unless it's hidden somewhere, he didn't do any camps, he didn't go to anything else, so you only ranked him, and that's for all of it. That's including rivals. This ain't just 247. I'm talking to rivals, on 3, whoever else. How do you rank him a certain level when this is all that's provided? This is all the information provided, and this is a 10th grade film. And he did nothing else. And you're telling me he's a first-round draft pick based on the information provided. When in my eyes, I think he's definitely a Power 5 quarterback. He's definitely going to he could be an NFL quarterback. I don't know if he's a round 1 pick.
Right.
But definitely an NFL quarterback. Because I can show you some guys right now that blow this out the water. That's doing the same thing he's doing, but they driving the ball. They ain't playing with it. They making it happen. I'll be honest with you. I think your boy might be even better. And I saw his film. What's the kid we just got from up here out of Florida, from Miami? No, the other kid.
Emory Williams.
He may be equivalent.
Yeah.
I think he's equivalent. I just look at it.
Right. It's hard to tell, right? It's hard to tell because I always go back to Carson Haggard because I saw that up and close. I saw the training and I saw the edge that he had when it came to playing the quarterback position because I never got to see it before. I never saw somebody put thousands of $1,000s into training their quarterback, you know what I'm saying, on that level. And people doubted him coming out of youth football because he always played at Sunnyland. He played in the Extreme League and Shamar Stewart was the only kid in the other kid in the Stream League. You know what I'm saying? People doubted him, right? And one night he was in an all-star game, Georgia versus Florida, and they put him in the game. They were losing. Florida was losing. The black kid from St. Thomas got hurt. They put him in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And for 3 quarters, it looked like they didn't have an offense until they put Haggard in the game. And all of a sudden, the offense starts moving. He comes back, wins the game, wins Offensive Player of the Game, and I go to his dad and I say, "Listen, I've seen enough." You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't know in that moment what you're saying. In that moment where now you got the best of Georgia out here versus Florida. Your offensive line, you just met him this week. What's going to happen when the heat is coming and the heat is really on? And he stood up. But nobody knew, you know what I'm saying? So nobody knows. No, you don't know what's really in somebody's heart. You know what I'm saying? And it goes the same for Manning. The same thing we say about Tutu, it goes the same for Manning. You don't know what's in his heart, right? When the lights come on, day one at Texas, which I don't think he may be at Texas. I think he's gonna be somewhere else. But you don't know. We don't know what's in his heart. But your evaluation, all you can go off is what you see. You know,
that's the only information I have. And to me, I want to see you play.
Right.
I want to see you play. You know what I'm saying? If
He
I
may
haven't
have,
seen
yeah,
you play,
he may have been told he's so great, right? For so long that he goes out there with the confidence of that I'm great. And a lot of this stuff is mental, bro. We know a lot of it is mental.
and here's another thing. Them boys be going and they be losing.
Yeah. Anytime they play against anybody, that's anybody.
They get killed. What's the name of that school?
They get thrashed.
What? What's the
They
name of
get
that school?
thrashed.
Who what?
Which one?
What's the name of the school he went to?
Isidore
Newman.
Isidore Newman, yeah. He
I'm
don't been
gonna
on
pull up their
ESPN
record.
before, right?
I don't know, man. Ain't nobody watching that, man. I want to see some real. I want to see them boys from the crib. Isidore Newman, right here. I'm pulling up they schedule.
Max Preps.
Yeah. So let's go to look at 2020. And so here's another thing. Do they take in? You the quarterback. You got to take in winning ball games. Yeah, don't make me, man. They 7-3. They in 2A district in Louisiana, in New Orleans.
Berkeley Prep from Temple, Florida, went up there and put that thigh on them.
Yeah. No, they done lost Lafayette Christian 49-7. Man, talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about. How he
Berkeley Prep out of Temple, Florida, dog. 49-24.
That's that Keon Keeley kid. That I believe the
Yeah.
one that's going to Notre Dame. Yeah.
Went up there and
You know
put
what I'm
that
saying?
thigh on them.
And that was last year. Let's go from his 10th grade. What that film was all about. That's the 2021 year, right? They was 9-1. That thing off the screen. Hell, they was better as 10th grade. No wonder they put 10th grade film up. See, that stuff tell on you, bro. There's a reason they didn't put 11th grade film up. I guarantee it don't look that good. I guarantee it probably don't look that good, dog.
Yeah. Hey, check your Twitter, boy. I sent you something. He ain't have to, dog.
Oh,
He don't have to.
oh. I ain't checked my Twitter. Can I check it out loud? Oh, I gotta.
Nah. Just know
You
your
share
boy.
the screen?
Keep your boy. Nah, hell nah. Keep it 100. That me and you.
Hold on, let me see. Dog. I ain't sharing the screen. Oh.
Nah, it ain't nothing to share the screen.
Nah, I ain't sharing the screen, am I?
Nah.
I got you. It's all good, man. Nah, it's all good.
All right, boy. So what we doing, boy? 9 o'clock, boy. I gotta go eat some
No, man. Hey, we went through
ham
it.
hocks, neck bones.
Hey, we got 355 in the building, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Stay tuned.
This is an awesome show, fool.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I just want to kind of deconstruct it. I know not Footballville. Miami Florida boys coming on. So go over there. I know the only reason I went over a little bit because they do like a 10-minute countdown. So I figured I got 10 more minutes to play with. I don't really step on nobody's toes, but
I know 10-minute countdown, god damn.
I think it was like one time I looked on, it was like a 10-minute countdown.
No, listen, man. Y'all go check out the rest of that video. It's like a 40-minute video with another piece on it. It's like damn near an hour video. Go check it out. And I want to say, God, give you your flowers, dog. What you did for the young man this weekend, that commitment show was awesome, dog.
I appreciate it, man.
It showed what a commitment should be. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was missing everything but the goddamn cake. And you know what I'm saying? It should be a celebration. It should last for 30 minutes. It should, you know what I'm saying? It should be all that. Me and you talk about this all the time. It should be all of that. And it should be less of somebody committing and under it, the wrong goddamn star rating is under it. It should be less of that. You know what I'm saying? But no, man, you made it about him and his family. They look happy, they look comfortable. That was what's up. I see they screenshotted you on a couple of other platforms, man. Got you looking like you the daddy.
That thing.
I know daddy was like, hold up, man. Wait a minute, man. What's going on? But
yeah, I just look at it, man, like I said, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, dog. Like we've talked about this a lot.
Right.
That these young men, like I said, this is one of the biggest decisions they make. And I've always made this funny, try to make a funny out of it, but they didn't even get a chance to pick their own name This is the biggest decision they've made in 18 years or 17 years. And my thing is, make it an event. I actually pinned the response his mom wrote on the bottom of the YouTube thing. And it meant a lot. That's why I pinned it there. It's amazing. I talked about this before you came on, but the family, what is this? Just commit already. Blah, blah, blah. It ain't for you.
It ain't about you.
It ain't for the fan. It's
No.
about the kid, his family, his opportunity. It's about him. And a big shout out. I'm gonna leave this alone, but one of the people close to Clemson reached out to me and said, Coach, I liked it. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much. I ain't gonna say it because I don't want it to be a big issue. He said, Coach, that was top notch, man. That was great. It was great to hear from his coach what he thought about him, how his parents really feel. I'm tired of our kids getting up there. Yeah, yes. First, I like to thank God. I like to do this, and I'll be taking my talent to and throw a hat on. All right, he's committed to the University of Miami. Boom, go off, and then they spend 20 minutes talking about him, about stuff we already know.
Yeah, Jaden Wayne, Jaden Wayne up there stuttering, and then I tell you, these are kids, bro. We make it look like the kids are easy to talk to. You know what I'm saying? They're not easy to talk to. But dog, listen, this is a moment where there's traffic, eyes. When Francis committed, my girlfriend was sitting down in the car waiting on me. I couldn't move. Think about how big that is. It's it could be one of the biggest moments in his life. You know what I'm saying? Draft night, 30 other people about to get drafted. This moment in his time is about him. He picked 3:00 on a Monday, and everybody's watching him. You know what I'm saying? He should be able to dictate what happens.
Well, the sad part is, are they? That's the question. Nobody knows where he's going to be. Nobody knows. My thing is, let's pub it up. Let's build it up. Right. Let's make it big. And here's the best part about it. That young man launched his brand, the P-Woo brand, right there on the show. Right? He launched his own brand. He sold out. That's what I'm saying. That, I'm sorry, he didn't sell it. He gave out. He didn't sell it. He gave out the stuff to the people who were there. They gave that stuff away.
What was it called? P-Woo?
P-Woo for Peter Wood. It's called P-Woo is the brand.
Man, I think Peter Wood is just an awesome name. It should have just been Peter later Wood.
I ain't gonna lie. I would have made a play off that Wood name. I'd have made it later Wood. That would have been my name. Later
Peter Wood. Man, that is classic, dog. Are you serious?
Hey, you already know I was finna go with it, but I'm gonna leave that there because they're a God-fearing family. But like I said, they were, a great family. It was fun to do. Yeah. And oh man, listen, Streeter. If I sit up there and show y'all the stuff, I've been called a sleazeball. I was told that I shouldn't be allowed 10 miles around another high school. I was in it for the NIL deal. Somebody said,
how they I don't get it.
Listen, because he didn't pick their school.
Oh yeah, you Coach Mo, bro.
Yeah. Hold up. I made the show. Listen, the show was all about me. Who is this guy? He's an idiot. Dude told me Coach Hayes is an idiot. He looks like an idiot. He's an idiot.
You Coach Mo, dog.
And the funny thing about it,
the funny
thing about it, only thing I did was introduce who I was so people kind of knew in the crowd. And for those that's watching that didn't know, and how we got to this point that he reached out to me and wanted me to do it, and here I am. That was it. That was literally probably 35 seconds.
Dog.
Bro. And everything else was about him. You know what I mean? Tony Mitchell, who was a 5-star corner going to Alabama, was supposed to come up. But I think I didn't even see him. He got nervous. But the quarterback, that Christopher Vazzini, hope I'm saying his name right. He was there from Clemson, 5-star quarter. He like number 5 quarterback in the country. He was there. He came up there. I took pictures with him. But and we will do the things. But that's what it's about.
If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping, dog. That shows you right there that the hurt when the kid don't choose their school. They just need somebody to blame. You didn't even know if you was going a week before that, and people blaming you.
I would tell you, I like Street, man. Should I do this thing? You like, bro, I don't know. I'm like, Street, man. I say, I'm finna book it. I'm finna go. Here go the worst part. I'm gonna tell you how strapped I was. I'm gonna be honest. It was $550 to fly to Birmingham.
I know, dog.
Coach Hayes ain't have it. So what I did, I flew to Atlanta for $99 and drove 2.5 hours from Atlanta to Birmingham, right? Just to get there. And then 2.5 hours back, almost missed my plane because they had an accident on I-20. And people talking about, I'm here to take money. Man, y'all out y'all mind, man.
Was
Like,
it worth it?
It was, man. It was worth it to see that. Even though I didn't know that guy, I don't know his family, but it was worth it because I accomplished something that I wanted to do, that I want to do in the future, and I know it can work.
Yeah.
It was great to see they smile on it. I didn't know that family except for the time we talked on the phone until right then. And they invited me, in the home and cook. I mean, it was just a family atmosphere. Like you said, I always stay away from family, but it's a little different. But the best part was when his daddy, and his daddy's a minister, so he's preaching. Well, some of y'all need God in your life. But the daddy's biggest message, and this is what I wanted to capture, was telling him about Daniel. And they were saying that armor is not mine. He knew his son, he knew where his son was going. And he knew Alabama was the popular choice and Clemson was not the popular choice.
Right.
And that he knew that his son was going to make an unpopular decision, but it was his decision. And he was talking to a son, a man. How many of these kids don't even have men in their lives? And he's talking to his son saying, I'm proud of you, son, for making your own path. Don't take the popular decision. Take the decision that's yours. And the parallel is that ain't your armor to bear. You got your own armor. And that's what, bro, I'm getting chill bumps because that's what this is about. When I used to have signing days and them parents speak to their kids and it's from the heart.
Right.
Bro, I had a Haitian kid. His daddy didn't speak English. And he was talking to his son in Creole and I didn't understand a word he was saying, but it was heartfelt. And I felt what he was saying. I didn't know what he was saying. But whatever he was saying, I felt that. And that's what that moment was about.
Yeah.
It wasn't about no fans. Guess what? If you didn't want to watch it, cut it off. Watch Twitter because there's plenty of news people there. As soon as they tweet it, you'll know.
Got to stop it. Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you straight.
You know why he took Clemson, though? Do you know why he took that route?
I do, but it's going to come out in our exclusive video. So we did an in-depth because I told you we're doing a thing
because
called.
I thought about that. I was like, whoa.
I think he just had. Can I tell you this? Huh? No, I asked him those in those interviews.
Yeah,
but I think it was the connection. He was his own person in the sense of, I think atmosphere meant more than championships. I think that the people meant more than the brick and mortar.
The people that were recruiting him?
Yeah, I just think the whole, like, how I always talk about that family atmosphere?
Yeah.
I think that's what won him over. But again, he's different than Coach Hayes. He's built different. His family is different. They got a lot of things going on that a lot of people don't know. Y'all will see when we drop that, it's called The Person, the Player, and the Prospect. Mm-hmm. That's what it's called. The show that comes out when I do these, where we kind of dive deep into things and learn more about these players, because they ain't LeBron James, they not Tiger Woods. You know who they are, and that's where we going with this, man. We got some more coming up. We got some big ones coming up. Y'all stay tuned, and this is for them. This ain't for Coach Hayes. Yeah, we do it on the channel so we can get the people and enjoy it. But they got that video for the rest of their life instead of, I like to thank God. I like to thank my mom and my dad.
No, we have talked about this over and over again, dog.
I told you I wasn't playing. And I wasn't playing. You're going to make it happen, Street.
It's an example. I'm glad people can see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they can. Sometimes you got to show people an example before they realize, oh, things could be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could go different.
And for the one hated comment, which I understand, I'm fans talking, because if you would have picked Alabama, maybe Clemson people would have said something. I have to say this. The Jackson State people didn't say anything about the ceremony. They really understood it. And that's also a credit to HBCUs because they understand that plight. Mm-hmm. Jackson State, now they were mad that he didn't pick them, but they didn't be, because, man, I seen an Alabama dude, there's a black brother, his thing came up. Man, what this dude doing? He got a whole production. What is all this talking? Just hurry up and pick.
Hurry up and pick.
Yeah.
But if it was your son,
come on.
you wouldn't have the same energy.
But here go the funny thing. He on this podcast for an hour and a half. I should have said, won't you hear me say what you got to say and shut the hell up? Like, the beautiful thing is cut it off. You don't have to watch it. Like, I don't understand people. Like, I still have an issue with cyberbullying. I don't get it.
It's
cut it off.
It's a part of fame, though. It's a part of going up and people looking at you a certain way, though. It's not gonna change. I will, like I told X the other day, we'll have a better chance just training kids to deal with people insulting them than we do have a better chance of trying to make these adults not be emotional in these moments.
Yeah, it was tripping in the chat. It wasn't, and again, this for y'all that don't read, coverage starts at 6:15. Commitment was at 6:45. So for those that don't read,
you're preaching to the choir, dog. They're not going to read.
No, exactly.
They're not going to read. They're going to come to the same next commitment and do the same thing.
Hey, the reason I'm saying that, so if anybody ever want to come and deconstruct my video, I said it already. Thank you, man. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. He said, don't stop what you're doing, coach. The haters. And I definitely, you know what? Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I have to say this. I'm gonna be very honest. So that night I go back to the hotel and, you kind of looking through to make sure the video was right. I'm looking through the chat, live chat is running. And I was feeling the way. I'm like, dang, did I do too much? Like I honestly, you start thinking like, dang, was it too long? Was it too much? Was it this? And as I thought about it, I'm like, man, that's human nature. You like, dog, like maybe it was too much. You know what I mean? Maybe we shouldn't have did it like that.
What did Clemson fans say?
They loved it.
Okay,
some people was like,
I'm going on the Clemson fans. I'm riding with the I'm riding with the Clemson fans. Whatever.
Thank you, LP. I appreciate it. Oh God, we got commercials. Well, y'all don't say nothing about commercials when CBS HQ be like, we'll be right back in 60 seconds.
And they get that boy 30 seconds to say what he got to say.
But here's what amazes to me. Don't nobody say nothing when the machine does what it does.
They don't.
When I come, bro, I spent some good money getting out there. I ain't make none because I ain't have no sponsors. But we sure enough working on some. So y'all hit me up, let me know. It costs money to do this stuff. But what I'm saying is, how you think CBS HQ work? They got sponsors. If I go on there right now, they got a commercial running.
Boy, let me tell you this, and I'm gonna get up out of here. Shamar Stewart, to watch one live, to watch one done on the CBS and on those things live, right? Think about this. Shamar Stewart is sitting there with the thing in his ear.
Mm-hmm.
They're asking him questions. The people in the crowd can't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
This is his moment. How selfish is that? You know what I'm saying? Think about that. He's answering questions, you know what I'm saying? And the people in the crowd can't hear it. It ain't like he's on CBS and the whole nation's watching right for the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like it was two commitments because he did it, and then the crowd is just like, and then he starts talking, and no, bro.
And you know what, Street? I worked so hard to figure that part out because I remember you talking about that. So that first day I got there, I drove straight to the school.
Right.
And that's why I had that microphone. That microphone, the people in the audience could hear, but so could the streamers could hear it. So it was simultaneous. And the video that he showed, that was his idea. Because really, to be honest, that was something they had thought of before I had even came in the picture. I was like, I'm not here to change that. It's your day. So when they played the video in the audience, I didn't want to record the video. It looked crappy. So I uploaded the video so it'd be a clean shot. So we played it simultaneous. We pressed play at the same time. So the streamers could see it and the people in the audience, because the people in the audience couldn't see what I see, but they could hear me.
Right.
And that's what I wanted it to be. And like you say, Shamar Stewart sitting there like this, and nope. I don't know how many people in the audience. How many people was in the audience, you think?
Yeah, I don't know, 100?
100 people looking at a kid doing like this.
Right.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
No, check this out. Yeah, I understand. It's like watching somebody on the telephone.
Mm-hmm. And you there for an event.
And here go the worst part. Okay. You sitting there. Now everybody's sitting there for 60 seconds for the commercial because he's doing this. Then he comes back. All right, Shamar, it's your turn. Everybody's doing this. Watch this.
True.
Hold up. Then here go the funny part. He says what he says, but nobody hears it because there's no microphone, right? Because you can't really hear what he's saying. Am I right? Could y'all hear what he's saying in the crowd?
You can hear him. You can hear him because he's talking. What happens is
Was it a microphone?
No, but it was a small room though. You
okay.
Yeah, it was a small room. So once it come back to him, he starts talking. You could hear him, but it was like, dang, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It was a very unorthodox situation, and it's not his fault. This probably happens at every last one of them.
It does, because all they give you is an earpiece. You're hooked to I'm telling you, you're hooked to the camera, right? You're hooked to the camera.
Yeah.
And the camera is feeding back, and you can hear one-on-one, and that's it. And it's a sound dude standing there, because I'm sitting there watching. It's a sound dude standing there with a thing, and it's a cameraman, and that's it.
But hey, listen, man, what you just did, though, we talked about it numerous times. We talked about it doing together. We talked about how could we stream it at the same time? Like, we talked about trying to make it really big for these kids. I'm in, bro. Like, I'm in. I'm in. I don't care what if we hit the motherfucker like Arsenio Hall and goddamn. No, I'm in because it's their day. They deserve it. And I don't care if you're a 3-star. I don't care if you're a 4-star. I don't care if you're going to Louisville. It's a huge day for them kids. And
celebrate our kids. Celebrate our kids.
It is, though. It is.
Bro, like I look at a kid like Brandon Enos. And again, every kid doesn't want this. And that's okay. And that is okay. And I'm only speaking for Brandon Enos. I don't know him. You know him better than me. But I look at Brandon Enos. Didn't he do one for Oklahoma? He did an actual commitment for Oklahoma, correct? Like it was a thing.
Right.
And you correct me if I'm wrong. I told you, hey, man, because I think we was about to do something. I called you, say, hey, man, you know Brandon Enos just committed? You like, what?
Right.
So my thing is, again, I went to Alabama because the young man reached out to me. And I was willing to take the financial burden, and I did it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, there's so much talent here. And I'm saying to myself, look, bro, I'm straight up. Look here. We finna blow this thing up because it is their day. I understand 247 has, or whatever they are, CBS Sport. They got a network and all that. I get it. They can't do everything. But at the end of the day, sometimes we got to understand, just because it glitter don't mean it's gold. Just because it glitter doesn't mean it's gold. And just because, like I say, not that we got 20-some thousand views on that thing in a day.
That thing might be at 30,000 by now. Last time I saw it was at 25.
Let me see.
Dog, Brandon Ennis should be. It's Friday night at the National Guard Armory. Brandon Ennis is committed. It should be a huge deal. You know what I'm saying? It should be a huge deal.
Yeah,
but
is that
I
20,
guess these things have to
25,000?
be taught. Right. I guess these things have to be taught. Because
it got demonetized. And it got demonetized because of the swag surfing. Because the swag surfing in the video. Dun, 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 in the video. But guess what? It is what it is. I don't care.
It is what it is.
What was I gonna make on it? $60?
It is what it is. It's
but what I'm saying,
I think the impact is bigger. Yeah,
exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, I ain't gonna make nothing but $65 on the video anyway. I can tell you right now, we do a live video. As long as we've been on here for 2.5 hours, you name anybody entertain somebody for 2.5 hours for $21. $21. That's what we get paid. Unless people donate and they take 30% of that.
What's the most you ever got paid off one video? The highest.
I'll tell you right now. I don't know how.
Man, you want to go look at analytics and shit.
All I gotta do is press sort. It ain't gonna take long, trust me. Sort by. Watch this. This don't take long at all.
Man, you wild.
Y'all like we be making a gang of grip on these videos.
They think we
All right,
rich dog off YouTube. They think we rich off YouTube.
Man, y'all out your mind, boy. I spend more money than I make on YouTube. Y'all crazy. Let me see here. Content. There we go. All right. So the most I made, Evan Stewart had 42,000 views.
Evan Stewart. Oh, the wide receiver.
The wide receiver went to Texas, got 42,000 views. That's the most views. And that whole video, since it's been established, is $237. And that was from April 11th. April 11th of 2021 to today is made $237.25. Show it to you right there. God damn it, Gina. Sorry, y'all. Come on, focus, computer. I'm gonna cut this. Bro, there ain't no money. I tell people that all the time.
Evan Stewart, 40,000.
42,000 views.
You put it out when he decided he was gonna skip high school and all that.
I don't know. I did it April 11th. Y'all can't see it because it's blanking it out. But there you go, maybe $237. I made $234 on ad revenue and $2.34 on YouTube premium revenue. And they finna take 30% of that. I say we don't make no money on these videos. Dog, you know how you make money on YouTube? You know how me and you gonna make money on YouTube, Streeter?
How you gonna make money?
I gotta come to your house and kick you in the nuts and you say ouch. And everybody like, oh, you could hit me across the head with a bat or some foolishness. You can't give out information and make no money on this deal. So that's why when people say, you know, if you can donate, that's great. It is great. It does help. It costs money to put this stuff up. You know what I mean? Monitors, microphones, cameras to give you the good content. You know what I mean? Think about it, Streeter. The stuff you do, just the gas alone, to drive to these places, go cover Caneville down there. You don't live close to the practice facility. To drive down there and back. I'm just saying to give out
practice facility. Man, what about getting off work at Thursday, getting off work 2:30, and you finna go to IMG? I'm gonna go to IMG. I'm gonna get there 6:30, cover IMG. I'm gonna leave IMG. I'm gonna go to Circle K. I'm gonna start editing the video, and then I'm gonna drive back home because I gotta be to work 7:30 in the morning.
Thank you, Akil. I appreciate that. I won't, man. I promise I won't ever second guess myself.
It was a lot of that going on, bro. A lot of that when I built Footballville, bro. And I was doing it because I love doing it, dog. Like I know my family had to deal with it, but I didn't have my kids at the time, and I love doing it, dog. And a part of you is because you love giving people good content. The money comes. You know what I'm saying? When you start doing something and you're passionate about. Like what just happened to Hayes doing WREs? He's passionate about that. Somebody calling them on defense tackle and they should call him. Hey, bro, we appreciate that. The money comes when you start doing something you're passionate about. So I'm not going to say, you know what I'm saying? I've gotten paid more. I've been doing this way longer than Hayes. You know what I'm saying? I have videos that got paid more than that. You know what I'm saying? But dog, how much money have I put out? How much it takes to drive to IMG? How much it takes? You know what I'm saying? And back. Ain't got to be to work the next morning, and that's just IMG. I've done just passion, dog. Just out of the passion and you wanting to create and give people something that's going to make them happy. And I know y'all think but that's part of what it is. It's wanting to give, serve your community, and wanting to actually create something that people like.
Right.
Money go into it, dog. It's the investment that goes into it, bro.
And you got to believe in you, right? And I've always said there's nothing wrong with investing in yourself. Right. But I tell people that's funny all the time, right? When I look at my videos and I look at things and I say to myself, I'm like, dang, bro, like, look where this thing came from to where it is, right? And what's funny about it, you know, I always believed in giving people the best, whether I was coaching, whether it's the kids, whether it's whatever. As you can see, there's growth. But like, I started off filming with my phone. You see what I'm saying?
Talking about Street, what kind of camera I need?
Been now, you remember that?
Street, what kind of camera I need?
You remember that?
Yeah.
I did. I started off, hey man, what kind of camera should I get, man? And y'all don't realize this. The editing them WREs, I don't know how to do that. I had to YouTube how to edit and use Premiere Pro. I had to YouTube that kind of stuff. Like I had to figure all that stuff out. So imagine that, just time, effort, energy. I can't afford to pay no editor. That's how the videos used to look when I first started, dog.
That don't look bad, dog. Green screen?
I was green screen.
I pitched this idea. I was talking to a friend of mine, a coaching brother, actually.
The first one.
Look, let's go. Let's go. Can he score? Yeah, that's touchdown, baby.
I'm just talking about how they come, what it was come
You got it, cuz. Let's see.
That's straight off of my phone, off of Android.
What have you learned, dog? Like, what have you learned? Like, dog, listen, you make a thumb, you get an app and you start making thumbnails, right? And then a year later, how good are you with the app? You know what I'm saying? It's like you just grow. You just grow at all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you're putting hours into it and you're getting better at it. But that's no different than you going to work 40 hours, 50 hours a week for somebody else. You're getting better at it, but you're getting better at their craft. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, man, take some time and put some time into yourself. Whether you like to cook, whether you like to do hair, whether you like to plant. Take some time, take 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever you got, and do it over and over again and watch what you can create, you know what I'm saying, out of just doing something you like doing. I'm sure when you got to that hotel that night, bro, and you laid down in that bed, it was fulfilling, dog. I know it felt like...
It felt good, bro.
It felt like you accomplished something. I know, dog.
Can I tell you something? I had the same feeling. This is the God's honest truth. And I never thought I had this feeling. But I had the same feeling and feel like after you win a game.
Yeah.
After you win a game. Yeah. Like, because it was the same rush. It's live. Like, you got to make decisions. You got to be. So I always equate it to the duck. You know how the duck sit on the water with his feet doing this. And it's the same thing with coaching. You got to be calm because your kids react to you. But on the inside, you processing, you calculating, you seeing who hurt, who can you put in, what play come in there. All this in 25 seconds. Coaching is a high, dog. It's a high. You got to remember, you talking to the dude upstairs. He giving you information. Now you worried about that. He over there arguing with this cat. Hey, somebody going to get him. This dude just fumbled the ball. He mad, so he done lost his damn mind. The water girl over there trying to get a behind rub. You trying to say, baby, we on time out. So you got to be sensitive. You can't be like, hey, girl, get your behind over here because somebody going to hear that. You, excuse me, sweetie, can we get some water? Like all of that run through your mind just that fast. Yeah. And then when the game is over, you still going. Like it's an adrenaline rush, dog. I ain't never been on no drug.
Yeah, when I saw you there with the mic, I didn't realize that. I would have told you, like, dog, listen, running events is a mother, boy. If almost, feel like
I was cool.
I feel like you got a child, and it's like you don't want it to go wrong. Things are going wrong, but nobody knows.
Can I tell y'all something?
No, nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? And my homeboy Derek had to teach me that. He had to teach me that. Everything that goes wrong, you stressing it. You talk to the people the next day, they had a great time. And you're like,
exactly. I'm gonna tell y'all two things that happened. So I'm trying to get there. The sound guy doesn't get there till late. Remember, that was the biggest issue, so everybody could hear it. That was the big issue. We get it done. Mind you, my closer at the hotel, because I get there at 12 o'clock. The event is not till 6:15. I don't think it's gonna be 6 hours of me being there. Because remember, I already set up everything the day before. Right. I just had to make sure. Check this out. 2 minutes before I go live, my belt breaks. Mm-hmm. This is the same cord right here that I wrapped my two front belt loops with and tied them in a knot. This cable right here is the same cable because I couldn't go. I left to go to the hotel.
What is 6 inch? What is it? 6 foot? What is it? You tied a knot in the front. Gotcha. I got you.
I took the front two loops, tied it together, tied it in a knot. But that's what coaches do. We make decisions in a hurry. And so I got on shorts. I already know I don't want to wear no shorts. Like, I didn't wear shorts coaching. I'm like, I can't wear shorts. So I had the camera do, hey, man, don't go below my waist. I'm going to split you. So he was like, all right, that's why that table is in front of us. I made that decision in 2 minutes. That table was off to the side because I didn't want it to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be professional looking. I wanted to end up with a rinky dink. Yeah. And I felt my pants coming low. I'm like, damn, what my pants? The belt broke. Bro,
Dog. Yes, dog.
champions find a way, bro.
If it can happen, it will, bro.
It will.
Yeah, man. And then the two guys who I used to have with me, Derek, and it's almost like they live for it. And I had to learn it. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn it, man. But no, man. Listen, man, I got some neck bones to go eat, man. But I know it was gratifying for you, dog. I know it was. I know it was. I done jumped on a plane 6 o'clock in the morning to go shoot, blah, blah, blah. And you just like, you're on a mission.
I was on a mission. Bro, I had one book bag. I couldn't afford no luggage. So I had one book bag. That job about 900 pounds, bro. I had it on my back trying to hide it from the lady so she don't charge me for carry-on. I got the computer in there. I had my clothes. I had all the wires I needed. I didn't know what I was going to need because I didn't know what they had. The lady, mama couldn't explain it. So I'm like, let's get it. So we went in, man, look here. We went and got that thing done, man. And, you know, like I say, it was gratifying and it felt good because not even for myself, it felt good to put it on, but to put it on what seemed to be flawlessly to the people for the young man. And for something that me and you, Street, have been talking about for a long time.
Right.
And to finally see it come to fruition, like, okay, let's get it.
Right.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Great job, dog. My rose is off to you. Great job, dog. You get your flowers, dog. Great job.
Appreciate you, man. I flew Frontier.
Listen, man, my lady over here looking at me side-eye.
I caught like a pistol.
Let Miami flow them have it, dog.
Man, they gonna have 900 in the chat. Them boys loaded right now. Anyway, hey, real though. Hey, y'all go ahead, man. I gotta make some more videos because your boy's supposed to be committing in 2 days. That linebacker out of Georgia. And who was the other? Oh, Andy Jean just put a video. Put his top 5 out.
Andy Jean.
So it's time to get to it, man. What you think about Andy Jean? I ain't seen this film. What you think about it?
One of the best route runners in the nation. Don't get a lot of he's not getting all the flack of the Hakeem Williams but man, one of the top route runners in the nation, man. I think Andy Jean can stretch the field. He's just as good. He's not Amari Cooper, bro. Like he's Amari Cooper back out there again. And it's hard to say because you like they have him rated here. You got your Hakeem Williams and you got your Fouls, and it starts getting confusing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Andy Jean can go.
And he's 6'1", 180.
Andy Jean can go, dog.
He the 84th best player in Florida? All right, we'll see.
You know he's not, dog.
But here's the funny thing. Now, you can talk about that. He the 84th best player in Florida, but his top schools is Florida, Texas A&M, Miami, Alabama, and Georgia. National championship winner last year. Won the national championship. Of course, the U is the home school. Texas A&M and Florida. Man, please.
Do his WRE, dog. Cool.
I'm doing it tonight. 247. Come holler at me. That cash better be right, though.
It ain't. Man, I'm out of here, man.
I appreciate everybody, man. Thank y'all, Street, as always, dog. Appreciate you, man. And don't be copywriting this video because I use your stuff. I'm going to let y'all know. Street will be copywriting me, dog, on the videos, dog.
Don't start that, dog. Don't let these people think that we hating on each other like that. Don't even do that, dog.
We're supposed to be brothers, man.
Don't even do that, dog. Don't even let people think we hating on each other. Like, I never copyright a video you use of mine. You can use anything of mine you want, fool.
I ain't going to never lie to the people, dog.
I saw you running the coach video the other day doing the commitment.
Which one?
The coach.
The pro little Timmy?
No. The coach video. Our coach video with Avengers running in the background. Damn.
Oh, I play it all the time. Yeah, every time we get a commit. I was like, big shout out to Kane. You got to send me the big one. I just got the thin one. You got to send me the regular one, dog. You a hater.
Guess who made one? Miami made one. They made one for Jaden. The school made one for the Jaden Wayne commitment.
See, my thing is they was gang. Can I be honest? See, this is what you talk about people. They would have paid you for that.
Yeah.
Why not just pay you for it? Hey, Footballville. Can we get that? Can we get exclusive right? We give you $1,000. I'm just saying. Support those who support you. No, I'm just saying.
Come talk to your boy. Yeah, they made one. Go look. Jaden Wayne. They made one for Jaden Wayne. Basically like Jaden Wayne.
I don't want this. I want yours.
Jaden Wayne. No, so you only got the skinny one?
I screenshot that junk off of Instagram or Twitter or whatever it was on. Man, it's a steal.
You asked me to see the thing, man.
At the time, can I tell you something? We was doing a commitment for Mac Francis, and I saw it like 5 minutes before, so I just screenshot and threw it up there.
Oh, yeah. Miami made one for the Jaden Wayne saying Jaden Wayne wants to come play for the best coaches, and you watch the same speech. If you watch it, you can tell where it was inspired by. But it's all art. We do inspire things all the time. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Come talk to me, boy.
Pay the artist before he die.
Come talk
don't
to
you. Don't have to be Picasso. Dog, $1,000. Hey, $500. Hey, coach, I like what you did there. Hey, we want to buy that from you. Get the exclusive rights to it, man. If you don't mind, woody woo.
I know.
Or how about this? Because them other little young pimple face dudes on salary, or they getting a free lunch meal.
The young pimple face dudes.
How about this? Hey, whoever made that, you mind? We give you $300 or $500 for every one of the new commitments coming up, man.
We let Twan negotiate with him. We get Twan on the line. I'm sure Twan to talk to him.
I need to holler at Twan. I need some help, boy. You about to lose some employees, but I'll just tease. I ain't even. But listen, we're gonna talk, man. Peace, love. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. Again, check out point down right there. Check out our sponsor, man, Mr. Alex Tabio from Certified Home Loans. Anything you need to do with home financing, go check him out. Information to be in the description as well, man. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Check out these WREs. Also coming up is our Coach Me Coach podcast at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. And like I said, we'll be dropping some stuff. I heard somebody's supposed to be committing tomorrow at 4 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken.
Your mama.
I don't know who. Oh, she is?
You can't do your own mama commitment, man. Tell your mama, let me do a commitment, all right?
She committed to the streets.
Man, I'm out of here, man. Peace.
All right, man. But y'all stay tuned, man. Guess what? We doing commitments. It ain't just hurricanes. It's everybody. Because Coach Hayes love the kids. And with all that be saying, peace, love, and hair grease. We out here. Peace.